I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks.
Oh, dropped my luck right away, man. Welcome to 10 Drink Minimum. I'm your host. My name is Chris Burnett. This show is sponsored by One Topo Chico Seltzer, as you can see in the corner. Smiley is here.
I am indeed.
Alexa, turn the studio lights to red. Boom.
There we go. That's better. That's better. That's my background.
Now you look like the devil.
Aw.
Aw. As you should.
Who doesn't love the devil?
Lots of people. Jesus.
I'm pretty sure he loves everybody. That's his shtick.
Yeah. And back in the studio with us, super agent Carissa Mitchell.
Hey guys, so happy to be here.
So you have superpowers? Is that what's going on?
Superpowers
of agents.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah,
doing good. Really happy to be back. I think my coolness meter is gonna go up a little bit.
Right?
That's really all I'm doing.
She was telling me that her grandson knew who I was.
Yeah, he's 11.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Liam and Genesis. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Liam and Genesis. How old are they?
11 and 15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
The 15-year-old's all, don't say my name on stuff.
Right?
She's an aspiring singer, though, so she's ready to have her big break.
I gotcha. Yeah. So she's all about it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Something just happened. Just got a notification from the A word.
Oh, no.
The A name that we don't say.
That's right. I changed it in my house.
Did you?
I did.
Oh.
It's I use Echo now.
That the funny one is, do you have one of these?
No.
Or you don't have like the Google version or anything?
No.
The funny one is when you're like, it's all throughout my house, is when a commercial comes on for it, and they're like, "Hey Alexa, put bread on my list," and then mine will do it. Watch, it'll do it.
That is specifically why I changed it. It's like, would you like one of the secondary names? I'm like, yeah, actually, so you can stop like talking to yourself.
I changed mine to where the voice is like English.
Oh yeah, like British or something.
British, yeah, British.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm like, A word. Well, how cold is it outside? And it's all, oi, it's freezing, mate. Bloody.
I changed my Siri to like this Australian man who sounds
very
good looking.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Makes me happy.
That's the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
You imagine that? Oi! It's freaking cold, blimey.
Yeah, that's not the way mine sounds. It's a very pleasant voice. No oys going on at all. I mean,
from like Manchester or something.
Right.
If anything, it's a bit strident.
Oh.
It's like, you have a notification.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little bit formal.
I've got to change the logo because that's why, because it messes with the...
Oh, man, there's my name.
I know. Let's see. There we go. Let's do that one. There we go.
Okay.
Better.
There's still an Instagram.
No, it's supposed to be, because that's your Instagram. So it's showing someone that there's Instagram.
True.
It's showing, because you have to like give everyone like a picture, otherwise they don't understand what is that.
Right.
I don't know why. I have no clue. So we're filthy Malort rich right now.
We are.
God dang.
Because you went to Chicago to the home of Malort.
I know.
Right?
I'm gonna yell at him. This bottle's not all the way full. What kind of shit is this?
I'm pretty sure this were the ones that they said that we could have for free because they were mislabeled.
I don't know what kind
all
of
the
shit.
way full.
The Malort, Big Malort's trying to pull on us here.
Daryl, have as many of these as possible because they're either mislabeled or not poured all the way.
They're like, here you go. Did they know who they had in their presence when you were there?
Yeah,
like,
they did actually.
Yeah.
It was only one guy, but
it was Malort.
He opened up the whole place for us,
Mr.
though.
Jepson's.
It was it.
Oh.
You get Carl Jepson's ass down here right now. I want to talk to him. He's been dead for a while, sir. I don't give a shit.
Well, prop him up.
I've always wanted to like do a YouTube video where like someone's in McDonald's and they're like, "These nuggets are cold. You get Ron's ass out here right now. I want to talk to him." And they pan to the back and like Ronald McDonald's back there like smoking, like counting money, like in the office, like the manager would do.
Yes, because that's what managers do.
That's
Yeah.
right. They just sit around and count the cash.
Yeah, why not? They do. So we had so much fun last time. We had Carissa Mitchell back, and I don't feel like we got into enough of the stuff like agent wise. And so I told people they could ask questions. Like one person did that I saw. I may not have seen everything. I'll probably go into my Facebook business
And there'll be
account.
25
Yeah,
questions.
I like.
You didn't use any of our questions, Chris. What's going on?
Dude, Facebook business is a fucking weirdo like kind of thing, man. It's a mess.
I
You ever
don't
try
even
using
know. Yeah. And also, like, I feel like there's too many ways to communicate with me
Yeah,
and with all of us. Like, there's Slack and there's
yeah.
Facebook and Instagram, and then if you have a business account, then it's over there.
Well, you guys added me to this Slack thing, and I don't even know what.
Yeah.
I'm in the industry of computers, and I don't even know what the fuck it is.
It's just another way of texting everybody
Okay.
Yeah.
Bobby Tucker says Topo Chico for the wine.
for the wine.
Okay. Fair enough. I actually, so you and I work together. We judge people
Yes.
as we should.
Yes.
And
Like, okay, you guys work together on that.
almost triple.
We got together. We're like, you know what?
yeah.
I need help judging this. I
Yeah.
need to get together with some other friends to
Right.
help judge.
Right.
No, we do. Like we're like, yeah, I don't think so. No.
We need some help on this
We're
judging.
co-judges on Almost AAA Cabaret. So I did a little judge moonlighting Thursday.
That's right.
I know I cheated on you guys. I cheated.
Oh,
Stepping out, Chris.
Uh-oh, somebody says hi, Mimo.
that's Genesis. That's my granddaughter.
That's the beginning.
She's
Oh,
the one that she started the Mimo thing because she's the first grandchild.
little Bobby says we were robbed. I want to recount. So I did some moonlighting as a judge.
Okay.
For Echoes Brewing had a contest where they gave $1,000 away to they had 14 bands, and you had to write a song that had the words "fuck no" in it. Sorry, Genesis, you shouldn't say those words.
She does say those words.
Okay, well then, fine. But you had to put the words "fuck no" in it because of something that they messed up on something, so they were trying to own it. So they gave $1,000 away to a band. And it was very difficult for me to do, not only because I knew some of the people in the contest, little Bobby being one of them, but it's also weird to me to say, hey, this band is better than this band, So I guess I took it as the way like we were trying to say who did the best song, but the thing that kind of sucked about that is there are some genres of music that I don't particularly like, so.
Like what?
Like metal, like heavy death metal.
I thought you were gonna say polka.
I also don't like that.
I really don't
come on,
like
you're-
polka. Something about that beat just gets under my skin.
You guys were just in Chicago. There's some,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
but the polka's a lot like Mexican music.
Yep.
It's very similar.
I did share a meme of that. Where,
Did you?
Yeah, Mexican guy's in Germany and he's all like, hey.
This is my music.
He's all dum, dum. But so like it kind of sucked because like I tried to be objective and like when someone's screaming, like when someone's up there screaming, I can't understand a word they're saying. I like, okay, I don't, I mean, I'm not saying I can understand the words for every band I listen to, but clearly when someone's screaming,
Liam's watching too.
Liam is watching as well.
Excellent.
So did they hear the shout out? You gave them a shout out.
I don't know if they heard the shout out, but I did give them a shout out.
Oh, okay.
Right before I gave them $20 to go to McDonald's this
Oh, man.
afternoon. That's how I rule.
Ooh, you did.
Nice.
Oh man.
Why don't you little scamps get out of here?
Little Bobby Tucker
Some
says.
McDonald's.
Little Bobby Tucker says all the judges were from swing
Swing
states.
states.
A lot of people are saying that some of the judges were from Pennsylvania. Recount. Oh well, fair enough. I mean, I don't think I'm from a swing. Is this a swing state? I'm from here, so
It hasn't been for a while.
no.
I don't
yeah.
think so.
I think we kind of gerrymandered it not to be. So
Right.
Right?
you know, that's how things go. But what was I gonna say? Anyway, so I got to judge.
judge.
Judge. But I really felt like we chose like the band that I was like they were my favorite of the night won. So I think we did well.
So you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
did
sorry,
that-
little Bobby, you guys didn't win. I
How
thought
do you choose from different genres? That seems
it is
hard.
but I think what we did is we judged the song, like how well the song, like how original
Okay.
it was, how well they used the word "fuck no," and I mean, but it's still to me. I hate judging bands because, like, who am I to say one band is better than the other? Because what I like is not what you like, and it's not what he
Right.
likes. Because clearly, Smiley and I have very different tastes when it comes to music.
It's true.
Yeah, Smiley thinks Nirvana sucks. So I mean, I don't know.
It just never grew on me.
Here's a question: your grandkids, do they love Nirvana? Is that a thing for them?
They're very much into like early 2000s.
Really?
And they think it's punk, but it's like Blink 182 was like so pop,
Yeah.
but they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we like punk from the early 2000s, and I'm like, that wasn't really.
No, that was
punk.
It's some like pop punks.
It was some green. There's a lot of Green Day in my car. There's a lot of
Green Day's good
Sum
shit, though.
41
Yeah.
and Beastie
That's
Boys.
some
So I'm
skate punk.
okay. I'm
That's
okay.
all right.
Like going back to that.
What
I'm
about
okay.
do they do the one where it's like, I go to college, a university, get a real job. It's what they said to me.
Oh,
No,
I remember that one.
no good
do
Charlotte.
remember.
No good Charlotte.
Oh, there's some good Charlotte in there.
Oh, okay.
There's been some good Charlotte. It's funny
pop
though,
punk. Okay.
because that's not what I was listening to then.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I was listening
So
to in the early
yeah,
2000s.
I would play it like some 41. I would do some Blink. I see. Like I started listening to Blink 182 when they came out with the album Dude Ranch. So I was an early adopter.
Okay.
But
I mean, do you remember when they came out with all the small things and it was like a total ripoff of all the boy bands?
Yep.
But I already
Yep.
know who they were, so I knew it was ironic. But then they came on the scene and everybody's like, a new
Yeah.
boy band. That's so cool.
No, yeah. Well, I was, of course, angry because I was an angry young man, and I was like, man, now everybody likes Blink 182. Fuck this.
They were my
man.
favorite little unknown. I knew them before they were
Bullshit.
popular.
And then I remember when Green Day exploded. Green Day was mid 90s. They were, because I remember
Yeah.
I went to college and university, and my friend had the tape.
Oh, cassette tape.
And yeah, he'd gotten it used somewhere, and he's like, "Yeah, man, this band is dope." And like they hadn't been on MTV yet, and then like 2 weeks later, they came on MTV, and he was so pissed. He was like, "Fuck this, man!" Now that he's all their sellout. I was like, they were already sellouts if you had the tape, man. Little Bobby says we did pretty well considering our drummer got the flu and Ryan
Oh,
stepped in.
okay.
at the
So
last
he's
minute.
still burned about it.
Yeah.
He's
There
kind of
was-
still got to talk
Dude,
about this
there
a
was-
week later.
There was a weird situation that happened, and I'm not entirely sure it still wasn't like created. Like Little Bobby and his band Shoulder Voices were the last band to go on Thursday night, right? It was Halloween night. Throughout the evening, there was this guy that was clearly drunk. He was either clearly drunk or very good at acting like he was drunk. And he kept taking his like Fender guitar and like setting it up on the stage, and it would like fall over, and people like would be on stage playing, and they would look over when the guitar fell over. And then he had like this weird like mask that he wasn't wearing. It was like a hard mask that had like a strap on it, like, not like a plastic one, but like wood or something.
Okay.
Like a light wood, and then he would like go up and sit it on the monitor in the front, and then all of a sudden like Shoulder Voices was setting up, and a dude goes up there and starts like acting like he's gonna set up with them, and I was like, oh, that's weird.
What's happening?
I don't think I've seen that kind of band. And then like the guitar player from Shoulder Voices keeps doing this motion to the guy. And like Little Bobby finally gets on the mic, and he's like, why is there like a weird guy on the stage with us? And like they had to like get him off before they could play. And like he was like pissed. Like he was like, I'll just sit back here and play.
What?
Like he was like, I'm gonna play with you guys.
I'm going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
Weirdo.
Let's see what he says. Yeah, there was a weird situation. We did not even know that guy. Then when they finally kicked him off the stage, he went over to the side, and it was just like smoldering. And I'm like, who the fuck? Like, what band is like?
Who is this guy?
Like, we don't know you, but sure, come on up and play.
Was it like some kind of like performance art, like Andy Kaufman or something? That is weird.
Well, and like
it's Albuquerque.
at first we thought it was like,
I'll just stand behind you guys.
yes,
Playing my
he
guitar.
was gonna go sit on the amp and like play. I was like, what the fuck weird shit is this? And anyway, that's why they lost. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Because it was clearly their
I'm
fault
kidding,
that some
Bobby.
weird guy
I'm
got
kidding.
on stage with them.
Can I get another one of these?
Oh man, I gotta go faster.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say I have to go to the bathroom. I was like, fuck, already?
I just started.
See, now I feel like I can't cuss because your grandkids
No,
are like watching.
do not worry about it. They drive in the car with me.
Oh, okay. And you flip people off and
Yeah.
tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're an agent, so you
Yes.
like represent people, and it's funny because like people are like, "What kind of agent is she?" I was like, "The kind for like actors and
The
people who are talented."
Secret kind.
Secret agent. Well, I get
007.
calls all week long where people
Yeah.
are like, I have a script and I know that Netflix is down the street. Can you sell my script to Netflix? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I could put my name on it and sell them. Sure, fucking A. Thanks.
It's not how it works. Anyway, nobody at Netflix down the street is buying scripts anyway.
No, it's not how it goes, brother.
You know, that's corner office, Wilshire Boulevard.
Now,
type
is this when you
stuff.
go to the coffee shop because everybody's in there writing a script?
Oh my God. Yeah,
this-
people
This
love.
is the Netflix where they make the sets.
That's right. This is where somebody's pounding nails and stuff. But yeah, but you know, there's just because agent means so many different things. I
Yeah.
get so many weird calls, and here's what I love. Like I'll be like, Mitchell Talent, this is Carissa, and I'll hear, okay, so
Oh wow.
either they'll go, I don't know, I want to be an actor, so you know, I'm just like, oh my God, I've got 5 emails I need to be sending out right now. Go to my website, check it out, Google what a talent agent does. You know, I'm not taking brand new people anyway. Go get some class. You know, I have to say this whole thing, or else they'll be like, and it's usually middle-aged or old white guys. They'll be like, well, I used to be in a bluegrass band back in the 80s, and and then I took some time out. I went to jail, and I was
took some
traveling the
time out
world
and went to
Went
jail.
to some hot springs, and I was thinking it's New Mexico. I should get back into it. So like, I want to bring my music to movies, and and they don't give me a chance, and they've got this spiel that they've started, and the train has left the station and they can't stop talking, and I'm like, I'm not your guy.
Yeah.
I'm not your guy. I'm so sorry. Best of luck to you. I'm glad. But so I get lots of very uninformed calls.
Right.
Uninformed, where I'm put in the position of educating somebody nicely, because then you don't want to get a Google review that says they were rude on the phone, and those can never go away. And I'm just like,
I went to the post office to get a pizza, and they were so mean
they
to
were
me.
so rude. They said they didn't have any pizzas.
They looked at me like I was dumb or something,
Yeah.
and I was so
Yeah.
hungry. Anyway, this place sucks. 0 out of 10.
Right.
Do you not deliver things?
I know, right? So anyway, so there's like this, there's people that, my mom has said that I am so talented, and so I want to be an actor, because at every family get together, I've got everyone rolling on the floor.
Oh yeah.
And,
okay.
and grandma says I'm so talented, and so it's like, oh God, like,
No,
Smiley,
no.
I want to get into your world a little bit, but like,
Yeah.
what?
I get this. I get this as well.
Oh, do you?
I'm not an agent. I can
Yeah.
do shit, nothing for nobody. And people are like, "Hey, you should have my wife on your show. She's really funny." And I'm like, "Okay. What do you do outside of being a wife?" Oh, nothing. Okay.
You got nothing to give.
I don't see why we shouldn't do this. If he thinks you're fucking hilarious. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And the other thing I get is I don't know how or where everyone thinks that I'm like tied into like the music industry. Like I get PMs. Hey man, can you check out our album and tell us what you think about it?
Oh
And I'm like,
Okay.
I guess I can. I mean, I don't, I'm going to be nice and be like, yeah, it was fine. I mean, because usually it's a metal band. And again, I don't like metal. It's not my forte. And, but I get that, like, man, at least a couple times a month. I get that. And then the other one is like, oh gosh, can you help us get booked it? And I'm like, I don't know.
Call the booking agent for
Yeah.
that venue. Here's the thing, though. The thing
By
is,
help you? I'm sorry. By help you, do you mean I can tell you who you're supposed to be talking to?
not me.
Yeah.
Totally not me. I can tell you who to talk to.
And,
Right.
and I'll tell people, like, right now, like, you know, how do you get booked? You go play like Echoes, which books new bands.
Right.
Play,
People need to hear
and then
you.
somebody goes, "Oh man, I
They're
saw a
good.
band and they were really good," you know, and then that gets around, you know, because, like, here's what I did. I went there one night and I saw a band and I went, "Holy shit, they were really good." And I did call up somebody who books and I said, "Hey, I don't normally do this, right?" And they said, "Yes, I saw this band. You should book them." And they did, and they were like, "Good call.
Okay.
We're gonna book them again."
There you go.
That's how it works.
But you have to use that power wisely,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
No, yeah.
But the thing is, there's you know, when you want to be doing something performance based or artistic, you know, some sort of artistic thing, and you know you've been doing it and you don't know where to start and you don't know who to talk to and nobody can really become your ally or your advocate. You just have to, I mean, I have to give them some credit for calling and just asking, but
Yeah.
but the amount of calls that I get kind of pisses me off, you know, where I'm like, do your research first and
I
then
have a
call me.
website.
That has all the information on it.
Did you try just looking at it?
Yeah. So, it's usually the old guys though that want to come in and meet me in person and, you know, or
Well, maybe there's a reason.
yeah, I don't know, you know.
I was looking at your website here. And, yeah, I've been in jail for a while.
you look a little fresh. But
I like when we're talking about cussing, and I apologize for it. Your granddaughter goes, "Don't feel bad." What does she say here? "Don't feel bad. We go to public school in Albuquerque. We've heard worse." I really like that a lot. We've heard worse.
she settled in. She's from Seattle and has only been here in a year and a half, and she's settled into being from Albuquerque
Yeah.
pretty quick.
Nice.
Pretty quick.
Lauren Trujillo says, "Background, do that to us on set."
Oh, okay. Okay.
Smiley, are you doing that? Are you fucking trying to get people to sign you, like, on set or
What? No.
There's nobody on set.
What are you talking? Yeah, no. If I'm on set, that means I already got myself booked.
And you did it yourself.
Ooh, here we go. We have a question.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm in it.
Carissa, what do you look for when experienced actors do reach out looking for representation?
Oh my God, what a great question. It's like I told her to ask that question, but I don't know Lauren. I don't think I know Lauren.
Oh, okay.
So there's the, you know, the holy trinity of the things that I look at. It might be more than three. I look at experience.
Okay.
I look at, I don't know what to say. I look at experience. I look at how they've presented all of their materials to me.
Right.
And I'm looking to see whether they're a dick or not. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
So what you're saying is like a press kit, if they have
Yeah,
a press
or an
kit.
EPK. But like, you know, everybody, all these phone calls that I get, even from seasoned actors, I have a Google form on my website
Yeah.
that gives me that you have to fill out, and all the little red asterisks are there in the Google form because I need to see certain information in order to make a determination about whether I will even meet them or
Right.
call them back. You
Good
know,
for you.
I think that there's 10,000 emails unanswered in my submissions folder.
Well, that's giving
But-
me anxiety. But
I know
cool.
you should see this. It's
Nope,
over
nope,
100,000.
Nope, do not show it to me.
Don't show it to him.
102.
Oh.
I don't even wanna see it.
635.
He won't look at it. It's his kryptonite.
That's like the thing. Like people have like their
I'm
little.
inured.
You should see mine. There are
Zero.
There are zero.
Oh my God. How many texts? I have 40.
Oh my God!
40
Don't even,
texts.
let's not even talk about that. You and Ming, we're with Ming, and I see his phone, and I was like, "Are those unanswered texts?" And he goes, "Yeah," and it was like hundreds. And he's like, and I was like, "Do you not answer?" He goes, "Well, I answer the ones I need to." And
Exactly.
I was like, "Oh my God!"
Exactly.
Like that. Like,
Right. Right.
I'm like watching him hyperventilate. How? Chris, Sip on your drink. We're here to have fun.
I want to
Don't
get
look
rid
at
of
me,
my
spelling.
car because it has notifications now.
Oh no, you're like,
Yeah. So the car will tell you if the the tire's low,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. And I mean most cars will, but like the newer ones have like when you turn the car on where the dash is, it comes up as a bang, like a big thing, and you have to clear it out.
oh man.
Right? And like I get it if the tire's low, but when the windshield wiper fluid is low and I turn the car on and it comes up and I clear it out, and then I'm driving and 3 minutes later, boop boop, your windshield wiper fluid is low. I'm like, son of a
Dangerously low.
bitch. Like that's not that fucking important right now.
Until
But you know what
You're
I
driving.
do? I get so pissed at it, I go fill up the fucking thing.
well,
'Cause
that's
I'm
what they
so
wanted
mad.
you to do.
I know. I'm so mad at it.
Their work here is done.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Liam's friend.
Oh, nice. Well, hello.
You're getting some new listeners. They're
Oh,
very
yeah,
powerful
right,
people.
Right. So that's
Hi, Kobe.
I just gave people like an insight on my anxiety-ridden day of notifications that I hate. You know.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And that goes back to the how many times people, different ways people can communicate.
Right.
You turn off all the notifications and then you live a nice clean life, but then you don't know that, you've had 85,000 Slack notifications and
Oh, God.
all that stuff. So,
Well, you know what I hate right now, and I'm constantly going in and turning it off, is the such and such is going live on Instagram.
yeah. How do you turn that off?
So you have to I had to Google it, so I had to figure it out.
Okay,
'cause I was, "Fuck
thank
this."
you.
So you have to go in, you click on it, and either they'll be live or they had just been live,
Right.
and you click on them, and you go. There's like a little either is it a bell or something on the top,
Okay.
and you click on it, and you can actually shut off all
Okay.
live notifications from them.
Okay.
Or you can go on Instagram and shut off all live
All of 'em.
notifications, which I finally did. I'm tired of it.
Okay.
I don't need to know when anyone goes live.
Right. It's like if you were going to
Also-
listen to it,
Click that like and subscribe and hit the bell on YouTube so you know when we go live.
I was going to say I want to know when you're live, but I don't
Yeah.
need to know when all these comedians are going live
Right.
that I didn't even know I followed. So anyway.
Let's see. Lauren Trujillo says
Oh.
we've met before at AFMX briefly last year at your panel. Since agents get so many emails every day, is there a way to stand out and be seen?
Excellent.
Oh, these are great questions.
Excellent. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, it is what He
Liam's
made me
friend
watch
says he
it.
made me watch it.
You're getting a different audience tonight. I love this. They're all pretty cool kids. They're cool kids.
That's cool. Yeah.
He made me. Well, okay, so so I look at all the subject lines of every email that I get. It's not like I'm ignoring emails. I'm looking at them. I'm like a doctor or like a nurse that has to triage.
Yeah.
Right. And so I will get probably 150 emails every week that say, Carissa, I'm your
Colon. Oh.
yeah. I mean, I'm your best friend meets girl next door, they'll bring up their type. They've been to a typing class, like a type or branding class of what kind of
yeah.
actor there are. So they'll be like, I'm your Jennifer Lawrence meets, Lucille Ball or something,
Right.
And so they try to do these things that catch my attention, and now I just don't even see them anymore.
Wow.
There was one recently. I can't even
Is there
remember what it was.
is there a lot more Chat GPT bullshit now?
If there is, I'm not seeing it because
Okay.
I can tell. I'm besides an email to me pitching themselves is not the appropriate way to submit. My appropriate way is on my website,
Right.
and it's actually a test.
Yeah.
This is a test to see if you can follow directions.
Right.
And so doing phone calling me and emailing me, DMing me, all of those kinds of things are not the way to get in touch with me. And so I can just sort of ignore them all. I really do. And I'm sorry for everyone that thinks that that's how they're going to get in touch with me, but you're not. So I have this Google form that has all the information all the way that I want it. And so then I can look at it. And so I ask things like, upload your resume, what age group do you play in? Are you a union member or not? What send in your headshots. What do your recent headshots look like? What is your most recent thing? What are your goals? So you can go to my website. It's mitchelltalent.com. And do I know
I do.
Eva? Oh, okay.
Eva Blaylock
Am I one of her loves?
She's a friend of Smiley and I.
Oh, okay. You're a friend of mine now too.
Great person.
I love that.
I want to go to something real quick.
Yeah.
Your granddaughter said you're always auditioning.
Yes.
And I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to say it a little different way though. When people are like, "How do I get my name out there?" Well, there's one word that my mama taught me, and it's to me it is the Bible, and it's called networking.
Networking.
Ah, yes.
And networking is auditioning. When you are out, you know what? Go to other people's stuff. Go to people's plays.
Yep.
Go to people's
performances.
Go to AFMX and
Yeah.
go to panels. Go to talk to people.
Someone asked you to go out to Chicago. Well, we just go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that.
Right. Correct.
Right.
That is. I mean, he's not.
You never
kidding.
know who you're going to meet.
Absolutely.
Right.
When I go to Comic-Cons with my friend that I've never been to before, the Friday I get there, I get introduced to all the people that run it, and they're like, "Oh, hi, your name is what?" By the way, by Sunday, they're like, "Chris, you are coming
Dude,
back next
yeah,
year,
we
aren't
love
you?
you."
Right? We love
Yeah.
you." And done, and that's networking. Boom.
Right.
You know?
Right. And really, also networking is don't be a dick. Like ask people questions, listen to them, be excited about what they're excited about. I always told my kids, in order to have a friend, be a friend, right?
Yeah.
And so that's relatable as adults too. Like you have to ask questions to people, and you have to listen to them. If you want them to listen to you, you have to listen to them,
Right.
And so that makes me happy that you guys went to Chicago and people are like, "We love you. We're gonna have you back next year." That's my favorite thing about going to like a film festival or something like that, where people are like, "Oh my God, you're so fun. We're gonna have a whole panel with just you next year." I love that. For me too.
Ava says, "Roll up those sleeves and shake those
That's
hands."
right.
That's right.
That's right.
When we were in Chicago, I can't remember his name was Trevor. I can't remember his last name, but he is in Clerks 2 and in Clerks 3. He's like the
I can't remember his last name.
he's kind of like the pathetic guy. He's like the Lord of the Rings guy.
Okay.
and like we met him the first night,
Yeah.
and he was just there with Ming hanging out, and I was like, I think he was in Clerks 2, I think. And in my mind, and I'm like, what's this guy's name? He's all, that's Trevor. He's the Lord of the Rings guy from, Did you watch Clerks 2?
Yeah.
He was the religious guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the 3, he's like the King Diamond Man. Anyway, we went out with him like twice and partied all night, and like he paid for dinner like twice, and he lives in the Bay Area, and I was like, I'm gonna be out there for work, and he's like, hit me up, we'll go out. And I was like,
he will.
and
Yeah.
that's
cool.
and
Yeah.
then we were talking, and he was like, yeah, I was with what's the guy's name? He oh gosh, he was in Freaks and Geeks. He was in Silicon Valley. He's he's got long black hair.
Martin Starr?
Martin Starr.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, I was in this movie with this guy Martin Starr. And I was like, you were in a movie with Martin Starr? And he's like, yeah. So I Googled it, and they're like fucking like 13 years old.
Oh my
in
God.
This movie. And it's called like Cheaters or something.
Back in the day.
But I was like, dude, you've done, it was fun, like hanging out.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah.
We hung out with Trevor and CJ that first day, and just had a blast.
That's
just
awesome.
And some of them are coming here in January.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, she's on it. I love that she's keeping us on
is there
task here.
a project, film, short, etc., that you are excited about or obsessed with right now?
I am obsessed with the fact that A24 keeps coming back here to film movies.
Yeah.
I'm also obsessed with the fact that the Artios Awards the nominations just came out on Friday. That's the Casting Society. 3 projects from New Mexico are nominated for Casting Artios Awards. And for me, that's exciting because I'm working directly with the casting directors.
Yeah.
Flamin' Hot,
Yep.
The Curse, and one other thing. Were you in any of those?
No, but I had friends in Flaming Hot.
Yeah. And then one other thing. I can't remember what it is, but Reservation Dogs.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Or Resball.
And then
one of those.
another movie that was filmed here The Unexpecteds.
Yes.
Alejandro Montoya
Yes.
Moran,
Our friend.
our friend,
Yes.
won Best Comedy at the Schmod Castle Film Festival. The
Amazing.
Kevin Smith one. And I thought,
My guy Michael Lovato's the star of that.
yeah. Oh, that guy's okay.
Yeah.
I met that guy
Yeah.
again.
He's amazing.
You know why? Because I went out to dinner with him because I was with my friend Ming, who's in The Unexpecteds, and he's
Yeah.
like, "We're gonna go out to dinner. You want to go?" And I go, "Yes."
Yes, I do.
And I met him, and he
Yeah.
was super cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Like honestly, like the character he plays in that movie, he's kind of like that a little
Yeah.
bit in real life. You're like, oh, weird.
yeah, he's a
And-
great
yeah.
improviser. He's
Yeah.
a really nice guy. Yeah, love that guy.
Yeah. So, like I feel like, and you could tell me I'm wrong here. I feel like the thing that changes your luck is when you are able to recognize opportunity and you are able to not shy away from it. So, and when I say opportunity, when you're with someone and they're like, "Hey, I'm going to go out with these people who are in the industry. We're going to go out and have dinner," and maybe you don't feel like it, but you go,
You say,
"Oh,
yeah, I'm going to go.
I'm going to go do
Yeah.
that," because you don't
Yeah.
know what's going to lead to what.
Right. Right. You never know.
You know?
You never know. I have made some really, really good friendships, just sitting at the bar at an event, and
Right.
just standing there waiting. Oh, that's right. That's Honor Song was my guy, Ryan Begay. He's one of my actors, and he had a really cool premiere last night of his short film and at the Veterans Memorial.
Oh wow!
And they had a Q&A, they had ceremonies, and they showed this short film. Ryan Begay, I'm so proud of him. He just does such good work. He's the nicest guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm all about some docs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren Trail says, I worked on Dark Winds, and it was also #1 on Netflix for a long time. Love the New Mexico representation. I love that, like, not only are they filming here, but they're actually representing, like you say,
Right.
representing the state. Like, they're, like, sitting here like Res Dogs. I mean, that's not necessarily us, but,
Right.
they're representing the culture.
Right.
And, I mean, Breaking Bad did that.
Mm-hmm.
And, in positive and negative ways.
Oh, I mean, Dark Winds is the entire reason I have long hair right now. I was just auditioning for that like every year. Like, I don't like having long hair. I mean, I guess you can't really tell on the show, but
Yeah.
Looks long.
It looks long. I don't care for it, Smiley, but whatever.
I mean, I don't either.
I'm just
it's
kidding.
really just there to get rolls. I would have short hair all day long.
I mean, I think you should have been on What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh man, Jackie Daytona, human bartender.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I do get vampire roles quite
Yeah,
often.
I love
does.
it. I love it.
They're all.
he played,
Who do
uh,
we need?
He played a vampire bartender in a show.
That's right. You told
Yeah.
me that. I love it.
We do have a question
Okay.
from the Tin Drink Minimum Underground group.
Oh.
Oh, what's that?
It's our Facebook fan group.
Oh, cool.
You can join it. It's called 10 Drink Minimum Underground.
I'm gonna join it.
I don't promote it that often, but this is from Michael Lucero. Has the industry changed since COVID as far as projects being filmed here compared to LA, Atlanta, or Toronto?
Such a good question.
It is, yeah.
COVID was a kick in the nuts, man. That
Mm-hmm.
really hurt us. And then we just got started again, and then there was
And then there was
the strike.
The strike
right?
is what's been
the union strike.
I haven't
And so
had
we're
anything-
still
I haven't had anything since the strike.
really.
Yeah,
I'm
we're like,
sorry.
No, COVID.
we
no,
got to talk more, Smiley.
COVID was like a punch, but then like the strike was like, I'm like, I don't know what just happened. I feel
Yeah.
like I got like a leg sweep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really true. Here's the good news. We're doing pretty good in New Mexico. Like New Mexico actually has some things going on, and we have regular things going on. LA is really bad right now. It's people are just
Flooding out of there.
they're leaving. They're mean to each other. They're just assholes. There's no real. There's, as far as acting goes, there's still no real in-person auditions. I think commercials have gone back to some in-person auditions, but everyone is just in their house doing their self-tapes, or they're going to a self-tape studio.
Yeah.
And
A lot of voice acting.
a lot of voice acting. That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of voice. But man, here's the thing that caused so much it sort of opened up the world and closed the world at the same time from COVID, is it kind of didn't matter where you were when you were auditioning after COVID, because it was all self-tape. So you could say, I'm local in New Mexico, but you're actually in Denver, or you're actually in, Florida or something like that. And then so you can audition in a lot of different places, and a lot of local agents got a lot more people on their roster because they were like, well, you don't have to go in person, so you can tape. However, what happens when you get that part and you were hired local hire, and then you got to get there. You said you were local to New Mexico.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, I thought. Can you be on set in like 4 hours?
Right.
What?
No, or people will be like, well, now I need money for travel, and I'm like, no, you said you were local. Every email I say from New Mexico. This doesn't happen in LA or Atlanta where I work, but in New Mexico, I'm like, you have been submitted as a local hire. That means you have to get yourself here when you're supposed to, and all of that kind of stuff. That's a huge stress. I mean, it just happened to me last week. Somebody was like, well, you changed my shoot date on me, so now my flight is a $900 flight, and after taxes, I'm not even going to make $900, and I have to pay you, so can you ask them for a stipend? And then I have to go back and they're like, fuck no, we said this was local, and so the local people in New Mexico are a little bit pissed because they're like, hey, we are here, we should be the ones that get first dibs on all this. But so that's a real stress for me. Just a stress, because we're, like I said last time, we're all staking our reputation. There we go. We're all staking our reputation on the actor, not only doing a good job and being right for the role, but also being where they're supposed to be when they're told to be there. Right. And so, I love New Mexico.
I always tell people this. Like, Smiley, how do you get your roles? I show up.
Yeah.
Literally,
on time.
I just show up there, and they're like, well, by process of elimination, it's that guy.
Yeah.
It's half the battle.
Go
it's
over
half
there.
the battle, man.
Exactly. So there's so many regular things about business that I think people think they can bypass in this industry. And it's really, your word needs to be something. You need to you need to confirm that got the email. You need to, be where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be on time. All of that stuff still applies. All of it.
I'll tell you this. There's a group that I had advocated for. And I had helped. And then when it came to the turnaround, they were like, yeah. And then they burned me.
No.
And then I still had to do a thing with them. And I was pretty pissed about it. And everybody's like, well, what are you going to do? You're not going to show up? I said, no. I said I would be there. I will be there.
Even though.
And then once I got done with the thing, now I'm done with them. I won't do anything else. I did the thing I said I would do
because your word.
That's your word. My grandfather was like that. He was like, if you can't do something, then don't say you're going to do it. If you do say it, then you make sure you damn sure do it. And so I live my life that way.
Yep.
And like, the other thing too is show up on fucking time.
If not early.
I understand that, like, we live in New Mexico and we have this land of manana fucking attitude. But like, if I'm there, and it's we agreed on 5. I'm there, and it's 5:45. You've wasted 45 minutes of my life.
It's disrespectful,
and you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about it. And I people are like, you take that too seriously. I'm like, you don't take it serious enough.
Right.
The world. I don't know what world you live in that works for you. You don't show up 45 minutes late for work, do you?
No.
Because I would fire you. Yeah. Man, it blows my mind, man.
Right. So there's like some common decency that.
Looking at you, Smiley. I'm just kidding.
Well, from what I've heard about you're on time and you're where you're supposed to be. So
are you? Who the fuck are you talking to?
For work, Chris. For work.
Okay. This motherfucker showed up late to the airport, and it worked for him.
Sometimes it does.
It
you got
worked.
delayed.
I fail upward.
I was so upset it worked for him. I was so upset.
You know what happens to me? Southwest says your flight's been delayed, and then you wait an hour, and then I'm like literally parking my car, and they're like, "Oh, now your flight is boarding at the original time."
I'll tell you why it was delayed. Because there's a Smiley in the city before yours who's fucking late, and they're like holding the plane for him.
It was amazing. All right, so this is me coming to the airport. They're calling my name. I'm like, oh,
I'm
that's-
boarding my plane. And I hear James Smiley. We're boarded and we're waiting
We're
for
about
you.
to shut the doors.
And so I come up, charming and dapper as always.
No,
I
not running
believe-
your ass off to
No,
get there.
no,
I
he was not.
believe I missed my plane. Oh, you're James Smiley.
Yeah.
Yes, we can get you on this one right now, but you have to run to get to that one. Okay.
So they
And
put
then
him.
they made his plane
Wait.
for me.
Oh man, I hate that.
Really, because I thought it was delightful.
If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. I have to do my ear.
Yep. And then he, instead of him having a layover, he got to fly straight to Chicago, which worked out because then we both got there at the same
What
time.
did you say? You fail upward? Is that what you
He
said?
failed upwards.
I
I
failed
said
upward.
that. Yeah.
That is brilliant and
Oh no. See,
horrific at the same time.
it's something we say at work.
Yeah.
Because in the industry I'm in, there's a lot of people who are really bad at what we do, and then they get promoted, and you're like, "What? I guess they
Why?
failed upwards. I don't know."
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent a penis pic to him, and so they said, "We'll just move him over here and make him a manager." Like what? Like what? They didn't fire him? Like shit.
I'm
Like
just
that
going
happens.
for kind of last man standing
Yeah,
thing status for me. I'm like, I'm
Right.
just gonna outlive all of you guys, and
smart.
it's awful.
I know. Like the other night, they introduced me for the judging thing, and they're like, "He's one of the original people on the music scene." I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Like, I don't even
Like
play
when music was started,
Yeah.
like 2000
I was like,
years.
I walked in and I was like, you know what, this place could be they could play music here. So let it be written.
Oh, now you're an old guy.
I was like, what the fuck does that
Yeah,
mean?
I don't. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense
have
because
n-
I've been on
yeah.
the music scene here longer than you have.
I know. Yes. So you're the
Like-
person.
I'm like, I remember when Chris moved here. What were they talking about?
Yeah. Duke City Warrior says, I have to do my hair hours before I go to
before.
do anything. Of course.
Well, thank you for being prepared.
This motherfucker sleeps in his clothes, so he's ready to go. And he's still late. And you think I'm making any of that up, and I'm not.
He's not.
I was like,
There's no reason to make things up when talking about me. That's
Here's the deal,
truth
though.
is weird enough.
If I did represent you, Smiley, and we
Yes.
can talk about it, you have to know that you're staking my reputation on it. And so if it comes back to me or I get a phone call and they're like, "Where the fuck is your guy?"
it's never happened.
yeah.
So
I believe that.
I have to be very careful because
Yeah.
my reputation can be ruined by
Yep.
the mañana attitude about things. So
Oh.
okay, here's Doug.
I know. I'm
Here
waiting.
we go.
I was letting you finish.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk with the casting directors directly. If I don't show up, I never get fired. I never
That's
get
right.
hired again.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah, so I've never missed
And
those.
Smiley before the strike worked pretty handedly.
I was booked for like 6 months in advance. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm after this project, I'm working on this project, and after that project,
And nothing
probably
since
on
the
this
strike?
Yeah.
one. Nothing since the strike. No,
That's weird.
it is kind of weird.
We'll
I'm
talk
sorry.
about what Doug said at the before the break.
Okay.
Because it's promoting what you're gonna do Saturday.
Oh, okay. With
So-
you and or partly.
Well, I'm not gonna be part of that.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Doug will.
Yeah.
That's on Doug. I hope Doug is ready. Let's just say.
He's ready.
I'm
He's always
softy
ready.
right now. I don't know why. I got all amped up about the notifications, I think.
I'm just mad about Slack for some reason. That pisses me off.
Again, I still don't know what it is. You added me to it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I even
Yeah.
Googled it. And I read it, and I was like, Like, I don't, there's two things I don't know, and you have your grandkids are in here. Maybe they can
okay.
understand.
They're young.
I don't understand what Slack is for. And when I say that, like when I read the description, I'm like, kind of seems redundant. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of other shit that does it. And I don't understand what Discord is for.
Oh, I'm just
And maybe
ignoring
that's
Discord.
and maybe that's why
Yeah.
because I'm old now.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, you guys need a Discord channel, and I'm like, seems like another fucking thing that I'd have
also,
to.
do you know what the word Discord means?
Yeah.
Like it seems counterintuitive to
Right.
me.
And I'm like, or I can just not. And I have a Facebook group that
Yeah.
people can join.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if did Slack come from the school systems?
I don't know.
You know, like parents can
I
be
don't
on
know,
Slack
Johnny.
and I don't know. So I don't know.
Can
I don't even know.
have
I don't even know what you guys are talking.
Can I have a
about.
beer? Exactly.
It's another way to communicate with me where I don't know people are
Right.
trying to talk to
Oh,
me.
Yeah.
like Instagram?
Yeah. Oh,
he
man.
doesn't even have that. I was going to talk to him about that after the show. Like, we need to make him an
Instagram.
for branding.
Yeah. For
You know.
branding.
For
vampire roles.
to help with his career.
Yeah.
What time is it? All right, we're all right. We're doing okay. 51. Maybe should we take a break now and then come back and do more? Like you're gonna interview him, right? Like
Right, right.
So she's gonna interview Smiley.
Oh, really?
In the second hour, as if he wants to be her client. Right?
Okay.
Right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have filled out the form on my website first, though.
Oh, they're saying Bitcoin started on Slack again. That means
Okay, I
nothing.
have no idea what that means.
Like, dude, the worst thing was, and again, I'm in the industry. I work in the IT profession, and I like when people were like, what were those things? Not cryptocurrency, but the other thing, where people were like buying and selling them and making fuckloads of money.
Hogs.
No, no, the digital shit, like
Oh.
digital pogs, pretty much. And I'm
don't
like,
know.
and
I
like
avoid all
people
that
were
stuff.
trying to explain it to me, and I was like, this makes none. It was
The
like blockchain
NFTs, right?
NFTs.
Yeah.
Like people there they go NFTs, and I'm like, someone's explaining it to me, and they're like, well, I created this art and I'm selling a piece of it, and then they're selling a piece of it, and then as they make money on it, and it just sounded like some like middle class white lady going, this is not a pyramid scheme, I swear. And I'm
This
like,
is not an MLM.
what the
I'm
fuck?
I'm not a Utah Mormon mom
Right.
trying to sell leggings.
Right. And if you sell them, then I make money, and then the person that you know. NFT, and then like I think NFTs kind of tanked, and I think they're gone, but maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, you could just be like my dad. My dad just has gold coins in his mattress.
Just burying gold, like
Yeah.
old Ron Swanson style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He'll put a gold coin in my birthday card.
Yeah.
I'm moving, so I found an old birthday card, and it had a gold coin taped inside of it.
Are you
It
serious?
was a half ounce.
What?
Holy shit!
I was like, I can buy a new couch, and it was just in a box.
are you serious? You
Yeah.
just thought, oh,
That's
hey,
my dad.
we're gonna go to Chris's house for dinner. You look for the birthday cards. Shit,
They're in a box somewhere.
that boomer generation is gonna really leave us some good shit. I think.
I
don't know.
think so.
Hopefully,
Yeah, what's in this shoebox?
not politically, but you know, maybe
But
financially.
gold coins, I'm for that.
Yeah, it's-
Why would someone just have gold coins in a shoebox?
Right.
What's going on here?
man, damn.
Yeah.
He's all happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a few years back too.
I remember whenever like my grandmother got too old, and like I remember asking my dad if I was going to get a birthday card with
Right.
like $20 in it. He's like, "What do you need it for?" I was like, "I don't know. I like the $20.
Yeah.
You know,
Candy?
candy,
Comic books?
eating. You know, I don't know. Pornhub account. I don't know.
I mean, my grandkids just came to my house and I gave them $20 tonight. So
Aw,
I'll
to
do
go to
that
McDonald's.
to go to McDonald's.
And you know what? That transitions right into what we're going to talk about right now, which is what we're doing next Sunday on
cool.
this podcast. And you are more than welcome to come if you would like.
Awesome.
So next Sunday,
Is it finally happening?
it is.
Yay!
If you know what I'm talking about.
I'm assuming you're talking about nuggets.
Boom, 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 boom. It is Nugget Night.
Yeah.
Next Sunday on 10 drink minimum. It is Nugget Night.
What does that mean?
Have you never had nuggets before?
Yeah.
Because they're fucking delicious. So on Monday nights, they used to have, at Founders, they used to have an open mic night. Our old co-host, Holly Ann, would host it.
Yes.
And one of the bartenders, Victoria, she would call everyone, you know, all of us that would go, we were kind of the regulars. She would call us all Nuggets. Nugget. So then, you know, we call her Nugget. She's Nugget. She's the main.
Nugget.
She's the main Nugget. But like Brandon and Victoria, and then there was me, and then you know whoever else.
Is this Brandon and Victoria the ones that are at Wells Tractor now?
No, there's
okay.
Brandon's still Founders. He's like the head
Okay.
bartender at Founders. Victoria kind of works in and around Inside Out and Founders and El Rey. But anyway,
Sorry.
we would do Nugget nights on
Nugget.
Mondays every once in a while. We didn't do it. We tried to like sparse it out so that it was like special.
Yeah. Be
And-
tonight's nugget night.
Even
Yeah.
though we all know you're eating nuggets weekly anyway.
No, God, no.
Oh.
Yeah, do I look like I eat nuggets every week? But like, we would do nugget night. We would just go by, like everyone would go buy like 2 20 pieces. So you would look, we have pictures where there's just 20-piece nuggets all the way down the bar, and then just all kinds of sauces. And so I was like, well, we got to, since we don't do that at Founders anymore, I was like, well, we got to do it every once in a while on the show. So Victoria and Brandon will be on the show, and we'll just eat nuggets and have a good time.
I love that.
Yeah. And I'm going to once again be the weirdo and go get the spicy nugs from Wendy's.
And you can't, and you know what? That's perfect. I don't care. I don't care.
As long as they're nugs.
Nugs, man. And then I'm going to tag my coworker in it because she said nuggets are for children.
No.
Chicken tenders are for adults, which I'm like,
that's fighting words, right?
I think you're mistaken. 'Cause
right.
children order chicken. I mean, I order chicken tenders too. You know,
My favorite
nuggets are for everyone.
My favorite chicken nugget night was at the press club.
Nice.
And it was St. Patrick's Day,
Okay.
and Yelp was there giving out free like stuff.
Man.
And it was me and Doug
Was it
and Kristen.
Howie?
Yeah, it was Howie.
Oh, it was Howie.
Of course it was Howie.
Keibel, yeah.
Awesome.
And we like Postmated or Dine, whatever those delivery things,
Yeah,
and we were so drunk, and we got so many cheeseburgers and so many nuggets.
Oh man.
And we just like fed the whole place, and that was the most delicious
Oh yeah.
nugget night of my life.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
You can come for nugget night.
I would love that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love that.
It'll be nugget night, and
Nugget
everybody's
night.
like, well, "What are you guys gonna talk about?" Whatever the fuck we want to.
You just let the spirit lead you, right?
That's right, man. Just let's go where it goes.
Yeah.
You know. But other than that, Carissa's got some stuff to promote. Doug.
Oh, yeah.
Doug Montoya is in the chat.
That's right.
And nope,
But-
that's not. There it is. The Wally Ringwald's on
Yes.
7:00 on
Yes.
Saturday.
At
right?
the Box Annex. We are a cover band, and we only play songs from John Hughes films.
All right.
A little bit of a purist, a little niche there.
I'm pretty upset you guys have never done it at Night of the Living cover bands.
I know. Talk to Doug about it, because Doug is trying to shut down this band since day one.
Wow.
He's always like, this is our farewell performance.
I-
and I'm like, this is all I have. This is like the best thing.
You guys
and
are-
he's always trying to shut it down.
You guys are like that jewelry store that was like downtown. You're, like for 2 years, you're going out of business.
Yeah.
Closing soon.
Yeah. And the thing is, we're really pretty good because we've got band members that are like in the symphony orchestras, and they're like, and we have like a,
Can me and Liam
oh my
join?
God.
Oh,
You
nice.
created a monster here with these little children. But anyway, it's like, we sing all the greatest hits of John Hughes films, and it's such a fun party, and everyone knows the words. And so a lot of it sort of started right before we were supposed to be the house band at the Reptilian Lounge, like March 22nd or something like that, 2020. And we had done one performance before that, and we were supposed to be the house band, and it all went south. So we did a couple of things with like acapella. Is that the app where you can keep adding people's parts? It's
Oh,
like
really?
an ad where you
No.
the
I have
first
no idea.
person like lays down the bass, and then
I don't
you
know what
send
the
it.
fuck Slack is. So
Yeah.
you have to
and then you send it to the next person, and they lay down their tracks, and then
Oh.
we sing over it. And so we did a few of those during the pandemic. But we've got these people that are like marimba and steel drum performers, and so we did kind of like this marimba version of all of these 80s songs, and it's pretty fun. You guys should come. 7 o'clock at the Box.
I'll be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty fun.
I don't know about the kids showing up for Nugget Night. I mean, I'm all for it, but I don't know about the parents will be for it. They'll be like, "You're gonna go to whose house? and
What?
Eat chicken nuggets?"
I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of middle schoolers next week.
The kids will be at school. They'll be like, "It's called Malort, and it's fucking supposedly gross."
So I thought it was going to be like Jägermeister or Ouzo,
Which
but
they-
it's really not. It has this weird aftertaste later.
Oh, we're doing that in the second hour.
Oh,
Smiley just threw up.
I'm in.
Eva Blair, like, I play French horn and needs
Oh my god.
and reeds and bass. Where do I sign up? Hell
well,
yeah.
according to Doug, this is our farewell performance. So
What?
I'm just digging at him right now because I'm like, this is like so special to me. Maybe
Why-
it's too precious.
Why is Doug always trying to run away from the things that people like?
I don't
I'm
know
always
if that's true. He's on to the next idea.
Yeah.
He's got so many plates spinning, and he's always on to the next thing.
Duke City Warrior said you had me at Nuggets. Exactly. Nugget night.
If I say there's going to be nuggets, will you come on Saturday night to see the Wally Ringwalks?
I'm going to be there. I told you I was going to be there. I'm going.
I'm talking about all these other people.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. 7:00.
I'm capitalizing.
What's the
on
cost? What's the cost here?
Oh, geez. You know what? I don't even know.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know. I'll give you. I'll.
Hold on a second. So it's kind of a test on my website. You fill out this thing. That way I can see if you know what you're talking about. Hey, how much is it to get in your thing? I don't know. I have no idea how much it costs to go to the show that I'm playing that I love more than anything.
Hold on. Let me go to the website.
I'm fucking with you.
Airport Playhouse, the box.
I'm going to say around $10.
I would say that too. I mean,
Oh, wow. Duke City Warrior says, only if Chris is my +1.
Oh,
LOL.
man.
Aw.
I'm let the record show that I invited him.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Thank you.
So I will be in attendance. And then if you're there, you can stay for all the different things at the box.
Yes.
So wait a minute, are they not doing the open mic night?
I think they're doing that at
Dry Heat.
Dry Heat. I mean, that's
so
the same room.
Are you guys going to be? Well, I'm confused now.
I don't know. Maybe Doug could call in and we could ask him about it.
How does he call in? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me look at the calendar and see what's happening.
Oh, free for the Wally Ringwalds. You
That's
guys are
why
just
I didn't know there was a.
you guys just
Thank you,
giving it
Kristen.
away. You guys are just giving it away.
It's because it's a farewell performance.
Every single time.
Should have
Doug
named
says-
them the Quitters.
Doug says free.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. But you know what? I would say that we're probably worthy of a donation because,
Yeah. There'll be a tip jar.
yeah, a tip jar
I'm just loving that. Hi guys, we're the Quitters. This is our last show.
every time.
Every single time
Also, next week we'll be at the Elks Lodge down.
for our last show.
But you have to stay for whatever's happening at Dry Heat and then Alma's AAA Cabaret,
man.
which is a fun party night.
Sells out
So
every
much
time.
fun.
Sorry, there won't be any famous actors. At
Oh,
this
you know
one.
what? Doug's calling me. How am I going to do this?
I just put it up to the mic, I guess.
Okay. Hey, Doug.
It's free.
Wow.
It's free.
All
Can,
right.
can we address why you keep trying to shut this band down?
Quit while you're ahead.
While you're hot. No, they said there's no open mic, just while
Oh,
you're
okay. Thank you for that. See, I did not come prepared. Bye.
Bye. All right. So then, so stay for Almost AAA Cabaret. Honestly, I'm really glad I missed the last one because a lot of my friends were there. I mean,
Oh,
performing. And I'm like, I don't know how I can say bad things.
Oh man.
You're all,
Oh man. I mean, can we talk again about Amanda Machon? Like, such a crush on that woman. Like, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
there is nothing but beauty with her. I can't even
Right.
with her.
Nothing
I think I said
can't
she had a
do.
girl bone. I had a girl boner for her when I was judging her. When I was judging her
I mean, she's going to win.
performance.
If I'm judging, she's going to get an A.
Oh my god!
I mean, everything Amanda does is amazing.
If you
It
don't
is.
have a lady boner for Amanda, I don't know
Right.
what's going on.
right?
Yeah.
Man, what a beautiful person.
So yeah. So that I'm glad I wasn't there to judge that. But I'll be back. I'll be back at this one. And I'll be full. I'm
You've
planning,
got a good jacket.
I'm planning my outfit. I may
Yes.
have more than the jacket. I may be full on
Full on-
outfit. Like full throttle everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
that means I've
Pants,
got.
jacket.
Oh, you're gonna wear pants.
He's gonna,
I'm gonna wear
Oh,
pants.
Okay, cool.
pants and everything.
I'm gonna wear
I guess
no,
I gotta up my game too.
I'm gonna wear special pants.
Special pants.
Shoes even.
Girl boner, I'm dead. But also, so is that all you have coming up? Is like Saturday? Is that the only thing you have to promote? Do you have anything
I
else?
think so. I don't
Okay.
think I have any panels or anything coming
Okay.
up. But I mean that's important stuff. Oh well, and then we're doing Hadestown teen version.
Wait, what is that?
Hadestown is a Broadway musical.
Okay.
We're going to be doing that with Cardboard Playhouse in January. Also, Cardboard Playhouse is in its 20th. We're having its 20th season starting, and so we're having a huge gala
Yeah.
December 14th at the Willow Warehouse. And it's 20 years of, just limping along in this children's theater that actually, I'm going to say it, is better theater than most adult theater in town. You came and saw Xanadu last week.
I did. And I have some things to say about it in the second hour. I'll tease that.
This is my passion, is this theater company.
She's all, you watch what you fucking say. I'll kill you. I'll fucking stick you right here. She'll shatter a Malort bottle, start stabbing me with it.
After I drink the delicious
of course. The delicious.
The deliciousness of Malort.
Have you been trying to do a break for like a half an hour now?
It's fine.
Okay.
I have no problem.
Anyway, I do have that. I have Cardboard Playhouse stuff to promote because that's my heart.
If Amanda doesn't make your pants feel small, you are wrong. That was Eva Blaylock. I did not say that. Please do not quote me on that to Amanda.
But she's also correct.
She's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
No, that's it for
Smiley
me.
got anything?
Not right now.
November 21st at the Rio Rancho Event Center, Duke City Championship Wrestling returns. There's some things I want to say, but I can't.
Is this good for middle schoolers? Should I bring my middle schoolers to this?
Oh,
okay.
Little kids. You can bring elementary school kids,
Okay, we're
man.
We're coming.
Do you need tickets?
Yeah.
Okay. I owe you. So.
Yeah. What, you have some special things that are going to be happening that you can't talk about?
Oh, some big things are happening, man.
In the world of wrestling?
Yeah, in our world of wrestling.
Oh.
There's always things happening. Like, we're just constantly, like, going upwards and upwards.
I'm so proud of you.
I don't want to smash any pumpkins here, but some things are happening.
Is that a hint?
I don't know.
I'm not part of this. This
I'm like looking at
section of it.
Okay.
Man.
I mean,
November 21st at the Rio Rancho Event Center.
Okay.
Maybe announcements will be made. I'm not sure. I just know all the
ahead of
calls are
time.
happening.
Okay. Well, I'm bringing all the middle schoolers and high schoolers that'll fit in my car.
Yep.
I don't know who Kobe is, but I'm bringing him.
Okay. I'm just saying that, like, there's some behind the scenes things that are happening that are very exciting.
Very cool.
And it's one of those cool things. I mean, I get to be a part of some really cool stuff, the AAA Cabaret, which is one of my favorite things to do.
So fun.
Doing the commentary for Duke City Championship Wrestling. So if you go on their YouTube channel and you watch any of the old Duke City Championship Wrestling, if you watch the weekly television show, I'm the commentator. Me and Fernando.
Yep.
Is it Gonzalez? Is that his name? Yeah.
Gonzalez.
I just know him as Fernando because, like, he kind of does the one word name. So I'm like, Fernando. And Fernando.
Okay, Abba.
There was something in the
air that night.
But yeah, that's happening. Saturday, I will be back, returning almost AAA Cabaret.
Yes.
This Tate Fletcher, he can go back to Santa Fe. Thank you for filling in for me.
He did a great job, but you were missed.
I heard.
Yeah. And then Sarah couldn't get back from London.
And who filled in? Was it Rusty?
No, it was SJ from the show Improv.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't hear that part of it, but
yeah,
I will be back.
She couldn't get back.
And what else is happening? I think there's something else I'm missing. I know there is. No, I think that's it. But man, always something, right?
Right.
Isn't that great?
Something.
Isn't that great?
I love that.
It's the best. Like when you have things going on and they're happening and they're turning and you just show up and do things and get excited. So, but yeah, I cannot stress the Duke City Championship Wrestling one.
I'm excited.
Please go to that or stay tuned. Like things are happening. It's so sick. I'll tell you guys at the break.
Okay.
Because it's really cool.
Okay.
Even for you guys, it'll be cool.
Even if we're not into wrestling.
Do you like 90s alternative rock?
I'm going to say.
You know that mine's a little iffy on that one.
I know, but still. Anyway, we're going to take a break. Oh, I need to cue up some music maybe so you guys can listen to something while we're peeing. But we'll be back here in a little while with Carissa. So think about questions for her.
The hard-hitting ones.
Yeah. No, I would say that there's been some really I'm really enjoying. I have no idea who that is. Hold on. Oh, weird. I'm trying to pull up Billy's music here. And I guess I haven't done it recently.
And then it's like Billy's long bar comes up.
I know. And I was like, man, I haven't drank there in forever. No. Let's see. Is it not that? No. Sure. Oh, there it is. Okay, maybe. Weird. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back. With that, we are 10 drink minimum.
Lay down and sleep in your cozy little bed. Don't be a sheep. Somebody call me. Don't be afraid. I'm feeling shadows speak, but they ain't breathing. They're deceiving you again. Oh, creeks even when there's no one around. Oh, and seconds drop, keep you down. You wait another day to hit the ground. But the looks more here. And we try. Curtain, shine spotlight on the forehead. You absorb the sweat. Tie the voices to the stigma you created, elevated in your head. And I know the flow creaks even when there's no one around. Flow creaks even when there's no one. Under control, keep you down. You wait another day to hit the ground. Oh, explore here. It will be control. Keep you down. Did you wait another day to hit the ground? Explore here. It will be a feeling angry child. without you. Hear me out, the blame is on me without you. I'm speaking of wishes for the days they could be better. Don't feel right. I swear the world's about that I want to say what wasn't for us. What could be better? How do we do that? Take a place on our backs, still just starting. My days next to your skin. Sun, chasing on. Wasn't real. Your face is right out. I got some to my back. Walk to the corner of the shed. The bottom sky is a red light. Floating is down, I can waste those leaves fall to your sky. I'm speaking of wishing for things they could be better. Don't see right, I'll just wait. Words about and I want it. Saying what wasn't for us, what could be better. I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Back from the dead. We're back from the break. It's the Billy/Wavy Hour. You're watching 10 Drink Minimum. And it is sponsored by the Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. I'd say the drink of the winter, Smiley. What do you think?
No, I'm thinking so. For sure.
It's what I've heard. It's word on the street. It's what they're saying. And they know.
The street.
They're
knows.
the ones that know. The street knows.
Number one in the streets. Topo Chico Seltzer. We're trying to...
Word.
We do well by them, right?
Oh, yeah, they love us.
They love us, right? Are they going to drop a pallet off anytime soon?
Where are they based?
I don't know.
Oh.
In my tummy.
I don't know that one either.
Yeah.
I talked to Jeff.
Yep.
I talked to Jeff. We have to get through the liquor store I work at, but
Okay.
yeah, he's totally willing to drop off like
A pound.
whatever.
It's all beep, beep. I'm all, yeah, come on.
It says
come on back.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I love it. That's great. Big fan of that place. Never been, but I like the idea of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh,
right?
they're our arch rivals because I'm from
Oh.
Madison, Wisconsin. We hated everyone from Milwaukee.
That's right. You're from Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Do you like Chicago then, right?
Love Chicago. That's where we went to all.
Ooh.
That's where we went to all the concerts. We went shopping.
Look what I have. I have 3 shots of Malort right here. Perfect.
Fancy that.
Perfect. Yay. Have you had, yeah. This is a travel one?
A travel
Fancy. They're fancy.
like for the car,
Yeah, for the car.
For the airplane.
for the airplane.
For the car, for the airplane. These are travel Malorts.
All right.
Let's do a shot of Malort for luck, right?
Okay.
The kids are gonna be like, "What's Malort?"
What's Malort? I'll be
Oh,
like,
this one
none of
doesn't
your
even have a
business.
label on it.
It's all fucked up. You got the all fucked up one.
I
What do you
do-
guys think? Smiley? Is he gonna be the one? He's the one grossed out by it. We'll switch it to him. He's not gonna like this.
Because I'm like,
Let's do this for luck, right?
Okay, for
Let's
luck.
get for luck for. Let's do it for luck for Smiley. He needs to get some rolls.
He
I'll
does.
take the glasses off so you can see me cry for this.
This one looks watered down. I think someone peed in this one. I'm not sure, but all right. To Smiley for good luck for getting new rolls. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't know if you guys could hear that.
that was
Look at him.
Lot of
Look at him.
bugs.
Look at him. Look at his face.
it's nasty.
The
It really
pain.
is.
The pain.
I need to wash it down with a Topo Chico.
Oh man.
Oh, don't try that.
It's nasty, man.
Yep.
And it gets worse. It's like,
Oh yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. Uh huh. Yep. Champagne of pain. Chicago.
Gonna go ahead and put the glasses back on.
the Tony Starks, by the way.
Oh yeah, that is correct. Those
I
are
love
the,
them.
Ah yeah.
This
Topo
is
Chico.
the second Avengers movie. Tony Stark
That's right.
Rams.
That's
Wow.
right. They're very nice. Very
Oh.
nice.
I got them in red instead of blue.
Okay.
So-
red's your signature color. I can. Red. Black and red.
A black and red. Other than being a super agent, you are involved with Cardboard Playhouse.
Yes.
Have you been there since the beginning?
No, I have not. It all started when I became an agent, and 15 years ago, and the previous agent had sort of given up on her life as an agent.
Wow.
And this was
She's
I think I've told
ain't got
you
nothing
this.
left. Ain't got
She's
nothing
a
left.
middle school math teacher now. That's how much she did not want to be an agent.
Let me ask you this question. Did she walk in and she have her gun and badge? So I'm done. I'm finished. Don't you get
Slaps
it?
him on.
Don't you get it? I'm finished. I'm too old for this
No,
shit.
she said, "I'm going across the street to O'Neill's if you need anything." She was
Which is closed, by the way.
right. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had this stack of submissions back in the day before I started. It was people would send in their headshots for submission.
Right, yeah.
And so there was a stack, I don't know, 6 inches high. And so I had no idea how long this stack had been there. It could have been 6 months. It could have been a year. It could have been yesterday. She's like, here's people that wanted to be with the agency. And so
you call them, they're all, he's been dead
yeah,
for 4
yeah,
years.
right. So I start looking through him and I see this adorable 13-year-old boy, just the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Okay.
So I call and it's again my best friend Doug Montoya is like the father of this child. So it's Kelsey
Oh.
Montoya. I don't know them, and I'm like, I don't know how long this has been sitting here, but your son's photo just popped out at me.
It fell on the desk.
Yeah, and so I'm like, and they were like, oh, we just
Did
signed
you know
with
Doug?
another-"
Did you
No,
know Doug already?
I
Oh.
did not. No,
Oh.
I was not a downtown girl. I was a
Oh.
Northeast Heights, girl. I've been to
Hanging
the
out in Uptown.
Yeah, no, I've been going to
Elephant-
the same Smiths on Montgomery and Tramway for 32 years
Oh,
now.
Drinking at the Elephant
can't-
Bar.
No, Applebee's, okay?
Half price app.
That's right. Anyway, so I
pay at
brought
the
them
table.
in. Pay at the table. I brought them in, and Kelsey liked me immediately because I had Star Wars things all over my office
Fucking A.
and Legos. I had
Well, there you
Legos.
go.
And so Kelsey's like, I like her. And so Doug was like, if you like my son, you might like 20 or 30 other children that are in my show. Come Friday night and see Pirates of Penzance Jr. at the box. And so I took my 2 teen
I'm
girls.
a modern major general.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I don't know how many times I've told this story, but I don't know if I told it here, but so it's at the box. This is the first time I've been at the box, right? I mean, I've seen ads for improv. I didn't even know what improv was.
Right.
So the box has this little tiny stage that's what, 10 feet
Yeah.
or if that.
Yeah.
So this really incredibly cute boy, Kelsey, dressed as basically as Jack Sparrow, comes walking in to the opening number holding a cardboard pirate ship.
Yeah.
And he's holding it, and then he sets it down in front of the stage, singing his song, and then proceeds to lift clown car style 30 children out of this ship and onto the
Really?
stage, singing beautifully, and just picking up children and putting them on the stage. And so by the end of the number, there are 30 children on this stage singing their little hearts out and dancing. And I was blown away by the talent and the fact that you could tell that there was no adult handing them their props. The children were the ones moving the sets around.
This isn't elementary school play.
No, this was like these children had ownership over this.
Yeah.
Of course, my girls are like, that's the cutest boy I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my God, look at
oh my
him.
God, he's so cute. And so the next show, my youngest daughter was in, and she ended up being in, a company member at Cardboard Playhouse.
Oh, wow.
And she's now a mom with she has a master's from UNM in occupational therapy, but she learned a lot by being in children's theater about choices and, how to make
She
bold choices.
just got out 6 years, Chino.
Anyway, so I was like, I don't know what this is, but I want to be a part of it. And so immediately started helping,
Yeah.
just fell in love with Doug and Kristen and everything that they were doing and how differently they were doing it, how they were treating children and how they were treating them like adult performers.
How were they treating the children?
They were treating them like adult performers.
Oh, okay. All
They were
right,
treating
all
them like
right.
with respect and
Oh,
like
okay.
giving them choices
All right.
and things like that. And so my daughter got I immediately signed like 6 kids that first night.
Oh, wow.
And so then it turned into like I need to be here. I need to be part of this organization for several reasons. I believe in what they're doing.
Okay.
I believe the children are our future.
Oh.
Anyway,
That's nice.
so-
you should patent that. Trademark that.
So this has turned into the best place for me to sign children because not only can I see the kids have ownership over their own thing and how badly they want it, I can also see if the parents are crazy because crazy parents are literally a thing.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to bring up.
Yeah.
No way. I've never met someone with crazy parents.
I'm sure you have. Crazy parents that want it more than their kids and are willing
That are
to
like singing along and
behave
dancing
badly
yeah.
to get it's that's pretty serious.
What is the percentage of that you see?
Here in New Mexico, it's not as bad as in LA, but I would say it's probably in the 20-30% range here.
They're all,
in
hey,
New Mexico."
mijo, go do that singy thing.
I remember one time I was doing, do you remember the Duke City shootout?
Yeah.
It was like a film
yes.
festival and
Yeah.
and so I was a film student during that, and this was the first time I got a taste of it, but they needed some kids for something, and like I was doing the casting for it because I was a student at CNM, and this little kid was doing a great job auditioning, but I had a sightline for his mom who also had the kid's sightline, and she was literally doing the like, I will kill you smile, and I'm like, oh, I only thought there was like that was like a trope or something, but she was
No.
like, you smile.
Well, I mean, what's the the reality star, the little girl pageant?
Honey Boo Boo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her mom was like dancing.
Yeah. Just living out vicariously through their children.
So I've told the story on the show before, but like Thomas Howell, whatever you want to call him. So I did the panel for him. They're never gonna let me do panels again because I tell all the stories. But so he's telling the story of like he did The Outsiders, right? And then he like gets out of school and his dad's like, all right, we're gonna go meet Steven Spielberg, and he's like, okay, he had no idea who
Right.
Steven
know.
Spielberg was, because like outsider, that this was early '80s, and
This was
E.T.
Steven Spielberg was still an up and coming director.
right? He'd done Jaws, and
Yeah. Oh my God. Side note: have you seen the documentary on the making of Jaws?
no,
It's worth a watch.
yeah,
Like,
because it was a shit show.
it was a shit show, and it went like
Yeah.
many days over budget.
Oh
and
yeah.
There's this snot-nosed kid trying to direct this thing. It's really a good watch.
Yep. And so
And the drunk guy,
Yeah.
whatever that old guy. Anyway,
well,
go ahead.
so the character,
Yes.
Thomas C. Thomas.
In
I'm gonna
Outsiders.
call him C. Thomas. I fucking hate
Okay.
that he's not C. Thomas. That's what you were called. And
tell me.
super nice guy, by the way.
Right.
Very charismatic. And I guess like for the character he played in E.T., which for like I'm
In
doing the-
E.T.?
yeah,
He was in E.T.?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the E.T. panel. It's him, the mom, and
And Henry Thomas.
and Henry Thomas.
D. Wallace.
D. Wallace. God dang it, I didn't
Yeah.
even remember her name. And like for like half the panel, I'm sitting here thinking he's the brother, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, he wasn't the brother. He was one of the friends.
Yeah.
But he was like one of the main ones.
Sure.
So anyway,
Like during Halloween and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So anyway, like I guess Steven Spielberg was like they were casting this part, and I guess Steven Spielberg had put in the thing that he wanted a kid that smoked because he was a
right. He's a
bad
bad
influence.
boy. Yeah.
So like C. Thomas Howell's dad picks him up from school, and he's like, "We're gonna go. You're gonna meet Steven Spielberg, and you're gonna audition for him." And he's like, "You need to learn how to smoke."
On the way over.
yes, yes. So his dad has a pack of cigarettes, and he's like, practice lighting the cigarette. Like, I want you to look like you smoke.
Oh no.
And like,
in 20 minutes on the way
Yeah,
over to
and so they're-
CBS Radford or whatever.
right. So they're driving over there, and he's lighting like matches, and he's like trying to light the cigarette. And then finally he like gets it, and he kind of gets it a couple times, and like he walks into the audition, and he's like, I walk in, and there's this room full of like young men that
Yeah.
are way more attractive than I am. Which C. Thomas Howell was a good looking
Sure,
dude, right?
sure.
He was fucking Pony Boy.
Right. But the competition is so fierce.
Right.
Right.
So then he like goes into audition, and he's like doing the audition, and they're all like kind of just staring at him, and then he's like stops, and they're kind of like they're quiet, and then all of a sudden he's like, I pull out this like scraggly pack of cigarettes and pull out like a bent up cigarette, and I'm shaking and I have it in my hand. I light it and I go, and Steven Spielberg goes, yeah, he's the one. And he goes, and I've smoked ever since.
I thought you were gonna say I turned green and I threw up everywhere.
And like he has a gravelly voice now because he's been a
he's smoker
smoker.
since he was 12.
And it's like Steven Spielberg's fault. And I don't even think he smoked in the
oh
movie.
my god.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So you talk about like parents.
yeah,
Like, you're gonna
yeah.
smoke these
You're gonna
cigarettes.
smoke it and you're gonna look like you've been doing it for
You're
10
gonna smoke
years.
them, Johnny.
Smoke up, Johnny. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Now go and make my breakfast. What movie was that?
I was
Breakfast Club.
Yes.
I was there for that panel. Yeah, that was he just took over that panel too. He was like,
Yeah.
what are these questions? Hold on.
Well, no.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna
like,
derail this.
No, D. Wallace. Okay. So D. Wallace and him were in the back, and I've talked about this, but like D. Wallace and him we're in the green room, and you have to understand when I agreed to do this panel, I was like, yeah, I'll do that one. I did that one, and I did the Lost Boys one, and the Lost Boys one is the one I wanted to do more. But then,
Sure.
as they all came in the green room, and I'm getting ready to do this panel, I'm like, oh God, that's the mom, D. Wallace.
Right.
She rolls in, and I mean, let's not forget about, and if you have to look this up, the cat
suit. I knew you were gonna say the cat suit. I knew you were gonna say this.
D. Wallace,
Oh my
E.T., cat suit.
But I have a story about this because, like, I was watching this during the pandemic with my grandkids, and I was like, because I saw this thing. It was like 50 movies that kids have to see before they're 13, and E.T.
Yeah.
was one of them.
Yeah.
And here's what I love: she sends out these children to trick or treat, but she has a date, right? And so she's
Right.
like Drew Barrymore is like 3 years old, right? And so she sends these kids out, and then it's like she's in her cat suit, right, which she looked super cute in,
Yeah.
and everything. And then she's like, "Those damn kids, where are they? They're supposed to be home now."
Right.
And so I have to go get in my car. And did something go wrong with her date? I can't
I
remember.
don't remember.
But the
Yeah.
cat suit, she's in the cat suit in her station wagon, like driving around looking for her
Yeah.
kids that didn't come home. And like these middle schoolers have the
Right.
2 or 3 year old with them,
Yeah.
right? Oh my God. So I just love seeing things through my politically correct woke
Right,
grandchildren's eyes, and they're like, what?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, she had to go get in her car and drive around and look for the kids.
Because that's what we did.
Right. We have them on locations and everything,
Yeah.
but I was like, meow with the cat suit.
Right.
Dee Wall-
And so
I met Dee Wallace at some film festival.
she's really
sometime.
nice.
Yeah, she's super cute, but I kind of tipped my hand a little bit because I was like, I just want to let you know. And usually I'm really cool with celebrities, but like for her, she's like so iconic. And I was like,
Yeah.
I just have to tell you, like during the pandemic, like I had my grandkids watch E.T., but then we watched Cujo, and then she like literally had this like
Oh,
disgusting.
that's right. She was in Cujo.
Yeah, she had this disgust. She was like, "What? Like you had your grandchildren watch Cujo?" And I was like,
Yeah.
she was kind of like off put. She was like, "I don't want to talk to you anymore. You seem like a not cool grandma."
Oh,
And I was
gosh.
like, "No, they're older. It's fine, you know." And I was like, now she thinks I'm not cool.
I'm trying to hold the tangents in right now.
Okay, sorry. I have a lot. I'm sorry.
No.
I told you.
No.
Side note.
No. This is so great though. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
There's so many things right now that I want to go on different things. So like, we're in the back, and C. Thomas Howell is like a ball of energy. She's kind of a ball of energy, and Henry Thomas is not at all.
No, he's not.
He's
Like you have
very
to.
reserved.
I've heard you have to coax him out of his hotel room to come to panels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he was
Yeah.
we're all in the green room together. And the green room is where you can kind of,
Chill.
and I'll give people, if you guys want to host panels, that's like a thing you want to do. When you're in the fucking green room, you have to be not a fan.
Yeah, you gotta be cool.
You have to be just somebody
Right.
in there. And just
Right.
like talk about the soup or
Because
talk
they
about
don't.
the fucking
They don't like fans.
Nope.
Put
But-
on your work face.
But the thing that drives me crazy is like the one here. If you pay a certain amount and you get a VIP badge, they let you in the green room, and I think that's crazy.
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird, and
Yeah.
it weirds them out.
It does, because then they can't be themselves
Yeah.
and they can't prepare and they
Well,
can't
and
like
they have nowhere to go to kind of.
decompress.
But like, so like, C. Thomas Howell and like her go over and start talking, and she's like, I just, she's trying to still work,
Right.
and she's like not finding it, and it sucks, and so she was very upset about that, and I just kind of was there to witness that, and it kind of sucked. But then like I look over and like Henry Thomas is kind of like over on the side, like staring down. He has his handler, like he has a person that's with him,
Okay.
and they're kind of keeping him over to the side,
Okay.
and
Kind of-
and he was interesting, like, and people would come up and they would talk to him, and he'd go, oh, yeah. And he was like that. He was not.
Yeah.
He was not. And I'm not saying not friendly. He was friendly. He just was introverted.
Dude, you know how much they
Yeah.
can make in a weekend at a
Yeah.
film
Oh
festival
yeah.
or a
Yeah.
Comic-Con?
I definitely do.
Like I feel like they can just keep doing that forever and
I
just make
watched
their
it.
money. $30K a weekend.
Yeah, oh yeah, or 50 or 60.
Yeah.
Ming was telling me. So okay, so we went and did this Chronic Con.
Chronicon. Yes.
And I've been with Ming many times for his whole. I mean, I sit in the booth with him.
So you met him when he came to do the Unexpecteds. That's how you met him in Albuquerque.
Ming?
Or did you meet
Oh
him before
no,
that?
I've met him.
You know him before that. Okay.
So Ming came to town. This is Ming. He comes to town. He knew Holly, who was our old
Oh,
co-host.
cool.
Because he came into town and he went to the press club. Because he
press club.
finds the places.
Yeah.
He's like ask James. James, how does the places we went to? Were you get her a drink?
I need a drink.
Were you disappointed in any of the nights that we went out and Ming? Because Ming curates the entire
Like
nights
yeah,
out.
that's so cool.
Were you at any point disappointed or upset or wished we'd went anywhere else when we went out?
No, of course not.
Right?
Are you kidding?
He knows these places, and I'm telling you,
He can find them in
when
any city.
we were talking to people, we met people, And they were like, "Oh man, when you guys come back, you should eat at Pequod's because that's where the real pizza is." And I was like, "No, we ate there last night. We've already been there. Like fuck, like you.
Yeah, you already took them there.
Yeah,
we
but
already went to all the places.
we went to the upstairs area.
Yeah,
Don't you need reservations? Apparently not.
that's where we were." And like, so when he came to Albuquerque, like, so when we come to Albuquerque, if you want to know where we are, the Friday night we're going to be at Monte Carlo Steakhouse.
Oh my God.
That's his play. He's
Where he always
So
goes.
good.
He loves
So
Monte Carlo
good.
Steakhouse. So anyway,
good.
so he comes to town and like she's like my friend Ming is coming to town and he did the show Comic Man. He wants to be on the podcast. Is that cool? And I was like, Kevin Smith, like the guy from Kevin
Absolutely.
Smith. Yeah. So that's how I met him. Is he asked if he could be on the show.
I love that show, Comic Book Man. I watched it.
Right. And so he asked to be on the show. So then like he and I hit it off. And Smiley and Billy.
Yeah,
and so
we all had a great time.
I've ended up like every time he comes down, we party together. So then he's like, "Well, you need to come." Like he's like, "You need to come to this city with me. You need to come." So I've gone to El Paso with him. I've gone to Houston with him, and I've gone to Chicago with him. Right.
Yeah, this is my first time out with the crew.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
out
Okay.
of town.
So I'll sit. I sit in the booth with him all day. Like I chill there, and like of all the celebrities, of all the, because I talk to him and all, you know, I end up, you know, and he doesn't sit behind the desk, the
Yeah.
table. He
Yeah.
stands out front. He doesn't sit down. He doesn't
Oh.
sit down.
Okay.
And he
So
not,
he doesn't have the barrier.
Oh,
uh-uh.
he's a machine.
He's a machine, and like that's why he's been able to do it so long.
Okay.
And if people don't even know who he is, by the time they walk away, they're like, "Well, I want to know who he is," and they go find out who he is.
Oh, okay.
And then when he comes back to their city, then like
Then
I
they're
don't
like,
know if
"I'm
you've
a
seen.
fan."
Go follow him on Facebook. When he goes to cities now, they tape off the front of his booth now, and it says Ming Party Zone.
Yep.
And they've started doing these things where, like, in different cities, like I think Nashville, I think one of the cities, he has his own bar crawl.
What?
And then he just did one where they have they did a pizza after party with him.
Yep.
And then
Ming's pizza party.
at ChronicCon, they did him and Brian
Brian
O'Halloran did
Celebrity
karaoke.
Karaoke.
Yeah. So I've been
How
with
can
them,
I get in that
right?
group?
Right.
I
And
want to
like,
be part of that.
yeah. And you know, and he's in Clerks 3.
Yeah.
He's in the new 4:30 movie
Oh,
that Kevin
nice.
Smith came out.
Okay.
And he was in The Unexpected.
The Unexpected. There.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And-
when he was here in Albuquerque.
Yes. And
right.
so like I've been in the booth with him a lot. Now when he like walks away because they'll take him and he'll go do pictures and stuff, people will come over and they'll want to buy shit. I'll take the money and I'm like,
Sure.
"Oh, yeah, I'll take your money." So it's funny because like they offer him a handler, and if I'm with him, he'll be like, "Nah."
No, I got Chris.
I'm his handler.
I got the burns.
And it was really funny because like someone came up and they're like, "So are you his handler?" And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Are you his handler?" I was like, "No, I'm his friend. Like I'm just here." And then they were like, "Oh," and then I ended up talking, and then I was like, they were like, "Is that the Malort?" And I was like, "Oh yeah."
the
And
Malort.
I have a video of it. And they're like, "Oh, you've heard of it?" And they're like, "Yeah, we watch Ming on Facebook." I was like, "Cool. So you want to do it, don't you?" And they're like, "I don't know." I was like, "Well, I'll film it if you do it." So I got a bunch of people to do it while we were at ChronicCon,
nasty.
and I filmed it. I don't even think I sent it to them, but like they were like, "Oh my god!" And like there's this woman, like she's with them and she does it, and she's like,
It's really gross.
she was like, her face is amazing.
She's like, I'm gonna try to be cool, but it's really gross.
But anyway, the ChronicCon, because it was so niche, it was small. It was really small.
It was.
It was tiny, but it was really cool because like so many people showed up. I would say I know they sold pre-sale 1,200.
Oh.
And and they just literally did it in like 2 rooms in a convention center, right? And it was really weird because like you go into one, like you've been to cons,
Yeah.
and you go in and usually they're like the one here
Sure.
is
Huge.
really big. It's actually bigger than people think it is.
It's like two stories, right? It's on both floors. It's
It's
pretty
three.
big.
It's actually
Is it-
3.
Is it 3 now?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then it's like
gotten a lot better
both
then.
sides. So ChronicCon was like literally like a third the size of the Albuquerque one, right? But it's so niche because it's just the Kevin Smith universe. And so, like, you were in the main room and there's all the vendors in there and it would be empty. And you're like, oh, fuck, no one's here. Well, they were, but they were all next door in the other room watching the panel.
Yeah.
And like, so then you would go in the other room where the panel was, and there would be like 400 or 500 people.
Standing room only.
Standing room only, like 400 or 500 people.
Everyone that's at the convention is
Fucking-
in that room.
And then the panel went in, and then the fucking the main room would just be full again. And it was like the weirdest thing. And all of them were like, this is the most money I've ever made at a con.
Dang.
Because like those were
The
their
fans. Right. That's so cool. Well, all I have
Ming
to
was-
ask is, how do I get to be how can I hang out with you guys in January?
Oh,
I want to be there.
do you want to go?
Yeah.
Oh, done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
That's
want to
easy.
be there.
That's easy. You know Solid. Do you know Solid?
I know Solid.
Dude, Solid runs all that shit.
Oh my God. I love
Do you want to host a panel?
it. Huh?
Do you want to host a panel?
Yes, I want to host a panel.
Let's get you in that.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's make that happen.
Yeah, I love
you know?
that.
I mean,
With you guys.
I hosted the one with Tate.
Yeah, that's
Tate.
right.
It was
Let's do
Tate.
something together.
Okay.
I'm down.
Let's do
So
it.
I like doing that. Like what I love doing with panels is I like being on, like either on stage or in the crowd. I've done both. I like having a person on stage and then a person in the crowd.
Right.
So like when you're on stage, you're like here's how I facilitate a panel. I like to get up there and I like to have 5 questions in my mind, but I don't want to ask any of them.
You want somebody else to ask.
I want the
Right.
I want the
Right.
people who were there and
Right.
paid money to go. Like,
Do you like vet out the questions from the crowd?
no,
Oh, okay.
but if they're dumb, I'll
Remember when
Yeah.
you were in that movie? That was awesome.
yeah. When they do that, I take it and I'm like, I
Yeah.
get the gist of it, and then
then-
I ask it.
Right. That's
You know,
good.
and that's
So
what
I've
they do.
never actually seen ET.
That actually happened. That
was at
actually
that panel.
There was a guy. It's like, so what? Like, what was the question? It was so dumb. Anyway,
Well, no. Well, the people on stage were like, "Hold on,
You've never seen it? Why are you here?
you've never actually."
they were just
It's
seen
iconic, okay?
they just walked in on it and they were like, oh, I'm gonna
E.T..
I want to be funny.
I'm gonna start asking the questions now. Like that was Howell on stage, right? He was like, "No. You've never seen the movie.
So,
We're gonna start doing the questions now."
yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm the captain now.
Right. But like I try to, you know, so then I have those 5 questions in my
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
pocket so that when it slows down,
Sure.
I always feel like it doesn't. It's slow at the beginning. Because fans are very introverted mostly. Mostly. Some are not, but most of them are. Most of the fans are very introverted. So when you have to like
Well, walking up to a microphone's a little intimidating for someone that's never done
that,
that.
but
before.
see that's why I
But
hate
they got in their car and they paid for a
All right.
ticket and they came to the
Okay.
panel,
all right.
right?
That's why I hate that.
Right.
I hate when they put a microphone in the middle and they're like, come up if you have a question. I
Ugh.
hate that. And I told Ming I hated that. They tried to do that in El Paso and I said, no way. So, like, because you're having to stand up, you're having to walk over, and you're having to be in front of everyone else. And you are asking these people who are introverted to do that, and they don't want to do that. And so that's why I like the person in the audience. And I did that in El Paso for Ming, and it ended up being the funniest thing. In like, I became the butt of jokes, which was fun. I enjoyed it because I was super hungover, and they were the Ming was on stage with whoever, and they could tell Ming's like, Chris is really hungover, and so they would pick people on the opposite sides of the room. So I
you'd have to walk?
run. No, I had to run over,
Oh my God.
and I'm
But
like,
here's the thing. Like, here's the
Yeah.
thing. I feel like a lot of people that come to panels want to make some sort of statement. They're not actually
Sometimes,
asking
yeah.
a question. They're really like, I want to tell everybody that I have some knowledge about this.
oh no, there are those people.
Yeah.
But like, all right, hold on. Let me get into this and let me get into that. so here's what we did in El Paso, and I think it killed. Because people are like, you know, there are people who are watching the show that have introverted issues, and you have to make people feel like everyone's like, how do you interview people so well? Well, I make them feel comfortable. in like
Here, it's called Topo Chico.
it's called levity. There's a word called levity, right?
Have this
So-
fizzy thing.
and
You'll talk a little better now.
So Ming and I are doing the El Paso ones, right? And he's on stage with the Dan Fogler or
Oh my God.
or Patrick Warburton. We did Patrick
my God.
Warburton's, and I'm like
I'm a huge fan of Patrick Warburton.
oh dude,
Oh,
he
who
was
isn't?
oh my God, he was so great, and the stories I have, but the thing is like they would make fun of me. And I would make fun back, and the crowd would laugh.
They would love it.
And they loved it. And then they were like, they would hold up their hands for a question, and like the you know, and so like I would decide who was going to be the next person. I would just go and sit next to them, and I'd sit, and I'd be like, "You're next," and we're gonna sit here, and we're gonna be cool. And then they were like, they would laugh and they'd giggle, and I'd be like, "Here we go! Like this is fun. This is silly. This is silly. We're at a Comic-Con. We're being silly.
Let's
we're
have fun."
goofy." And like Patrick, like fucking Joe Swanson is on stage. Fucking Putty is like going,
Dude, he'll
Still
always
my
be
Jesus
Brock
fish?
Sansom, dude.
"Yeah, do you steal my Jesus fish?" Yeah, right. And it killed. Like people enjoy it. Like by the end, like I would be walking through the con and people were like, "Hey Chris, how's it going? How you feeling?" And I'd laugh and I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm feeling all right. I've drank some water." You know, and it's part of it. It's again, you're always auditioning,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
Yeah. And Doug says, "Fuck that, Doug. We will fight."
I don't know what part he's saying. Fuck that.
I
to.
waited to put that up there till it matched what I needed.
I mean,
So
it goes with everything.
no, but it is one of those things where it's like, you know, you deal with people who,
Sure.
you know, and like I have one more thing to say about that, and then I when we do I started doing panels with wrestling, and I brought in a friend of mine, Kyle, who's a referee for Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Woo, Kyle.
And I asked him,
Death
like,
Rap.
I was like, "You want to come do the wrestling panel?" He's like, "Oh, absolutely," because you know he loves wrestling. He
Sure.
loves pro wrestling. And so then one of the times, like he's out in the audience, he's doing the audience mic, and he goes, "Man, I went up to that person to hold the microphone up to them, and they were crying."
Oh.
And I looked at him and I said, "Dude, this is their hero. This is
Yeah.
their hero." To you and I, we're like, "This is somebody we liked, and it's cool." To them, they got in their car, they left their house, they paid the money, they psyched themselves up to get out of the car, to go into the thing, to see this that they would normally not do, and they're freaking out. And this is a moment for them, and you have to just kind of let it happen, you know. And he was like, "I did not expect that." I was like, "Yeah, that's how it is," you know.
That's cool.
I've sat in a green room with people that I'm like, "Motherfucker, I cannot believe that this is
Right.
really happening.
Right.
I cannot believe I'm sitting
That's amazing.
with this person,
Right.
and I'm inside. I'm like volcanoes of like an emotion." And I'm just kind of like, "Hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, you gotta be cool.
What do you think of those sandwiches? They're not bad, right? They're not bad." Right? Yeah. Like I
Really
said,
cool.
like I've told this story. I sat in a green room in El Paso, and we talked about that they're trying to close Laguna Seca for 45 minutes, a racing track. And it was Bo Duke from the goddamn Dukes of Hazzard. Me and Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard. 12-year-old Chris was like, "You just talked to Bo Duke
fucking God.
about driving cars."
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
I don't know
And
what
then-
Doug's trying to say here. Mike's
What
in
is
the
he
middle. Mike's in the middle.
I don't know. Is he coaching me?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, so if Smiley was going for, we should probably go to that. We're like at the 2 hour.
But I'm in
Are we
for
okay?
the comic.
Are we
book.
okay? Are we okay to go over time here?
I am.
I don't have any.
Okay, I have
actually,
nothing.
don't
I mean, my
actually have any
family's
plans.
at Slice Parlor right now. They're supposed to be listening.
Is that still open?
the one in Marble? Marble in the Heights.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, what? So the other one's closing.
I don't know.
What is
Then-
going on?
I live in the Heights.
What's going on in
the
Nobhill?
The Nobhill one? Yeah, Slice Park.
Oh,
that was going to be closing down for a while. That's been
Yeah.
a known thing.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway,
Anyway, so Smiley. So
Okay.
The thing
Oh,
we were
okay.
supposed to do here. Sorry.
Now you got me drunk, and so I'm gonna be
Wait
like,
a minute.
hey.
Wait a
Whoa,
minute.
whoa,
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 whoa. I don't like to be accused, Carissa.
Now I got myself drunk on a Sunday night.
Alrighty.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Cool. So, so Smiley, aka James.
AKA James.
I am also known as James. That is correct.
Okay. So
do you think Smiley's a nickname? That was that right away. Let me ask that.
I thought it was a nickname.
No,
My
that's
name
his
is
last
That's
James
your last
Smiley.
name?
That's his
Okay,
last
that's
name,
pretty
yeah.
cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's very
Awesome.
easy for people to remember.
Okay, so now I have that Malort. I was like, this isn't gonna affect me at all.
Should I do the inner
What-
monologue?
what should
Chris
I-
is like act straight, act cool.
What should I start
Be
with?
cool. Okay,
Be cool.
so
The great
since
kids are watching. Be cool.
they don't care, they're like, is she gonna give us money for McDonald's?
Mima, do we have
Now she's taking us to the Duke City.
Yeah, that's what they heard.
Wrestling.
Mima, do we have that nugget
Mima.
money? Mima, do you have the nugget money or
Nugget
what?
money. Anyway, so let's pretend that you filled out my Google form.
Okay.
Yes, let's pretend that.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me what you've done so far, and tell me where you want to go
Yeah.
with
Oh.
your acting.
All right.
First of all, how dare you? Just kidding. Go for it.
How very dare you?
I've been working doing independent roles or background in television and movies for, I'm going to say, full time for about 7 years.
Okay, cool. During the pandemic and the strike and all of that stuff too. So how did you what's the difference between doing background and doing independent films? Like how did you get into independent films? Was it people that were like, I'm the AD on this and I'm doing a show, I'm doing an indie project, do you want to be in this? Or how did you get in? Because that's sort of two different things.
I walked into this like you said. I turned 30 and I was like, I'm going to be an actor.
Right,
I don't know how to,
right.
but I'm just going to make this work.
Sure.
So, as far as I knew, the people that hire you as an actor is a casting director. So I just started finding all the casting directors in town.
Like the background casting and extras casting, like
I'm talking all of them.
okay.
And
Networking.
Networking.
And so eventually, once I got to know them, they have the same process. You go onto their website, and you go and interview with them, and then once they know you, they'll be like, oh, that guy. Like they're looking for
You're still I'm still confused about whether you're talking about like SAG roles or you're talking about background and extras like
Oh, he's not
oh,
SAG.
I'm
though.
not SAG.
No.
That's why
I know,
I
but-
do background and independent.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. But like you're not talking about like the Joe Edna Boldens and the Angelique Midthunders. You're talking about like Lori Latham and
Exactly.
all those guys. Okay. Victoria, who I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, is
so
that her
I'm-
name? Lauren.
I'm going. Yeah. No.
Lauren
I'm-
Trujillo. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. No. I'm not SAG.
Okay.
So I go for the roles. I mean, I'll get speaking roles on indie stuff, and I'll get stunt roles on indie stuff too.
How do you find them?
I talk to people, or they find me.
Okay.
Because-
Don't you like sign up for some like site that like they can?
Well, the extras you sign up for like a database, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean my Facebook page. They'll be like, hey,
No,
something.
no. There's like some site like you.
Oh
put
yeah,
your
I don't
stuff-
have that.
Oh, I thought you did.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
no. This is all word of mouth. I get all my work just by hassling people on the street, basically.
Oh wow, I thought you did some like site where they
Wouldn't that be easy?
Well, there is a site called Actors Access that you should be on.
Oh yeah, not on anything. I just have people's numbers. I'll be like,
Okay.
hey, are you looking for something right now?
Okay. Those are the calls I get too, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't do that.
Yeah, but these are people I've worked with for
Sure.
years now.
Sure.
yeah.
And they call me up. They're like, we're looking for a vampire bartender. I'm like, oh, you called
Yeah.
the right person.
You're like,
Which you were on what was the show?
Midnight Texas.
Yeah.
Midnight Texas. There was lots of vampires on that one.
Yes. It
Yeah.
was.
In fact, my little buddy, Kelsey Montoya, who I signed at 13, was on that show.
It was so much fun. It was
Yeah.
a fun show. I was on both seasons.
Very cool. Very
See?
cool. Yeah. Awesome.
So that's what I have been doing, and
You were what was the Army of the Dead?
yeah, Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. That was a fun one. He actually, I talked to the director a lot on that one. He had his own like side story for me, and
They cut it all out.
no, it's
Son
all
of a bitch.
It's all in the film. It's pretty impressive. He had a
Yet
side
no
story
one
for a
can, no
lot
one
of.
can find you.
I don't know why. I'm in like a million of the scenes.
Right.
Do you have an IMDb?
I do.
Cool.
I don't check it.
We
Or
have
do
an,
anything
we
on it.
have an IMDb.
Ten
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. and
Cool.
I had no idea. I didn't create it.
Somebody else did.
I don't know. I have no idea. Like,
Well, that's how it happens.
No, someone else created mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, I was just
You get
in
a
enough
credit,
stuff.
and then somebody put,
how does
I was
that
in
work?
enough stuff, and they're
and
all.
then you have to pay for IMDb Pro to add stuff to.
Yeah,
it.
you have to pay for it to add stuff. That's
'cause
why I haven't added anything.
Oh, so they
Yeah.
want us to add shit to it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
Because and they have us as a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I should represent 10 drink minimum
Uh,
as well.
but well, let's talk about this.
Anyway, continue.
I've said this for a long fucking time.
I know.
I actually came to you and said, "When is this happening?" And you went, "Nope, fuck off."
Wait until
That's
you have.
exactly what I said.
I'm pretty sure it was. You're like, well, let me talk to this Smiley guy first. See if you guys have any talent on the show.
I'll fucking murder everyone in this room. Son of a
I
bitch.
have standards, okay?
All right.
Uh,
Can you get me a drink before you answer this
And-
question? I don't even care.
Listen,
what it
his
is.
life is in the balance right now with this interview.
Well,
You know, people don't get these interviews easily.
I mean, apparently not. I'm still trying to figure out.
what? Oh, that's other people. I can show up to my plane late, and they'll give me a better plane.
He walks in and they're like the star of the movie. There he is.
We're gonna hold that other plane for you. Oh, thank you. That'd be very nice of you.
Right.
You're so
I love
nice.
it. So you've done stunts and you've done background.
I've done stunts,
and you've done
background.
speaking roles in indie projects that
Yes.
did not get you a SAG
I've
eligibility.
been in indie movies. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean,
Is this about you now?
No.
it. I honestly, I've never gone into SAG because it would take away from me some of the fun things I do like.
Okay.
Like sometimes background is fun, and sometimes indie projects are like the best thing you could ever be on.
Sure. You can stay SAG eligible for a really long time until you do 3 SAG projects.
And yeah, and
But I have to say, and I'm going to be an asshole about this, but a lot of people say that when they think that they can't make it to SAG.
I could have made it SAG like before COVID.
Okay.
Losers.
Are you SAG eligible?
Yeah,
Okay, you're SAG eligible. How many hits have you had on your SAG eligibility?
3.
Well, then you're supposed to join at 3.
Oh shit! I mean 2.
That means somebody didn't do the paperwork on you.
Oh, sure they didn't. Why
That's
would
what
they?
it means. That's what it means. So if you and I decided to work together and I signed you, and then you got a part on the cleaning lady or on one of the new shows that's happening, they would pull what's called the Station 12 on you, which is they enter
You're done.
they enter either your SAG eligibility number, their SAG ID number, or your social security, and they'll be like, you're a must pay and you can't walk onto set to do this part that you just booked until you pay for SAG.
Oh.
Yeah. And
If
it's
you're at
and
3,
and it's
if you're at 2
expensive.
or 3, the next one will happen to you.
Yeah, and it's
It
expensive.
might be.
It's $1,000.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It might be 2. It might be 3.
Okay.
It's,
Okay. It just depends on a lot of indie projects don't do their paperwork, which
and-
might be working for you.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
have
it
to
might be
pay
working for
You have to
me.
do an initiation. They like paddle you. I was in a fraternity. I know these.
There's
things.
hazing.
There's
No,
hazing.
that's not true. It's just money.
Oh, it's just mine.
I would eventually like to get into SAG.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't gotten any work since the strike. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, maybe
It's weird.
this is the next step.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maybe I have to force them to give me work now.
Right. I mean, it's very different. It's very different. The background and extras world is very different than the speaking role world.
Oh yeah. I'm closer to like I got into that from I started off in stunts.
Yeah.
And we share the same holding area
Sure.
on set. Like you hang out with the stunts and
Yeah.
backgrounds and,
Yeah.
and costumes basically.
Yeah.
You're all could
I
you
mean-
tweak my jacket.
And I have to say that the food is way better in the other place.
Yeah.
But you're giving granola bars in the holding area, and then you've got like steak and lobster.
Oh, people always ask me like, why do you have so much food in your backpack? I'm like, have you ever been on set for 16 hours? When
You're gonna need some
catering-
Cheetos.
This is where I'm. You're talking my language because I am a green room aficionado.
Got it. About what's in the green room, like
Oh well, I mean, if I come to do an event and the green room is subpar,
are you at the point where you have a writer when you come in?
no,
No.
I just
Okay.
But
I'm
he
just
wants one.
yes,
He aspires to the writer.
I do. I mean, so
There's all the stories about no green M&Ms in the, and all that
And you
kind
know
of stuff.
that-
But we know the story about that,
yeah,
right?
It was a safety thing.
It was
yeah,
a safety
yeah,
thing. They were like,
yeah.
if they're paying attention to the M&Ms, they should be. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will say, I mean, the old Dry Heat was one of my favorite green rooms, big time. They were great. Santa Fe
Green
Brewing, top of the charts, great. Green
What
room.
what
Did they upgrade it?
what made it so great? Was
Oh,
it the food or
It was Santa Fe Brewings.
or the drinks?
It was like a first of all, it was like a living room. It had couches and chairs.
so it's comfy.
All the free beer, LaCroix, and water you could drink.
Very nice.
Snacks everywhere.
Good snacks.
Oh yeah, like really good. Like everything. Like there was candy. There was like power bars. There were like
Power bars. Okay.
That goes in the backpack, right?
you know,
I've been on some-
there was vegetable trays.
Oh,
There was meat tray. I was like, this is okay.
It's like a wedding reception there.
Yeah.
Plus
Yes.
power
Yes.
bars.
Yes. For just
Because that would have been me.
Yeah.
I would have walked in, seen the power bars are all two in my pocket. I'm back
Right.
on the floor.
Well,
That's
yeah,
right.
and they didn't care. They don't care.
No.
Like, go for it. Have at it.
because then they don't have to haul it back in their bins after the night after that if they.
And you could go get beer out of the cooler and bring it to the fridge, whichever one you wanted.
Okay, so Smiley.
Yes.
Okay, so you've done a lot of background. You've done a lot of stunts.
Yes.
Have you had auditions for speaking roles with the big casting directors, with the SAG?
Yes.
Okay.
White Turtle routinely brings me in, I think just for their own enjoyment. But I always enjoy the auditions over there. I auditioned for Dark Wind last year.
But White Turtle is still background.
Okay, well then.
I mean, but they were
Yeah.
like, say, here's the sides, and we need you to audition for this.
What
I
is-
guess
okay,
so.
so-
I had to audition for
I have a
him.
question.
Yeah.
I'm still not.
Okay, we heard a lot about this when we were in Chicago. What are sides?
Okay, so sides are a little piece of the script
Okay.
that's been cut into just like maybe one or two pieces.
Ah.
And that is the lines for the role that you're auditioning for.
Got it.
Sometimes they're fake. Sometimes they're the
Got
actual
it.
lines that are happening. But it's like, okay, so say you're bartender, right? So they pull the lines from the bartender out of the script and make
Yeah.
it sides for the bartender. And so that's what you're auditioning for. Is
Yeah,
you're
for the-
auditioning
yeah.
for the bartender.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were in Chicago. And
Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's no words. Sometimes it's like 10 pages of dialogue.
Yeah.
You never know. Sorry.
So we were in Chicago.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith just came out with the 4:30 movie.
Okay.
And this actress who was in Tusk, her name is Genesis, and so she's also in the 4:30 movie.
Okay.
One of our friends, CJ, worked the movie. He teaches a film school. He teaches a high school class on film,
Okay.
and he's also one of Kevin's friends. So he works on the films when Kevin does them. Anyway, he had her sides,
Okay.
and he brought them to her.
Okay.
At the Chronicon, and I guess she cried, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
Okay. So there's two.
Yeah.
There's two
What
different
is
kinds
that?
of sides.
Yeah.
So, was it like little like quarter page? Okay. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
so there are two different kinds
Yeah.
of sides. One is the sides that you audition with, and then
Yeah.
the second is the ADs will give you your lines for the day in a quarter size page.
do they
Yeah.
take
So
them? Do they take them from you?
Sometimes it depends on how secret they are.
Okay, because those were hers. Like,
Yeah,
the ones
yeah.
he gave her were the literal
so
ones. That
on
were
the
from
day
her,
when you're on set, they'll give you a quarter
Yeah.
page sides. Those are your lines for that day. But there are also sides that they have pulled from the script for you to
Got it.
So
audition.
that's what I'm auditioning with then.
okay.
Even on background then, right?
Yeah.
That whole thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
a lot of times, even for SAG roles, there'll be no lines, but you have to react.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So it could be that the extras casting were also with the local casting directors that were like, look, we need this guy. He's come from. Let's see if we can audition him for a speaking role.
It seemed like they had it pretty streamlined. but,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if
So
got-
you probably have been considered
if you
for
got-
SAG roles before.
yeah,
yeah.
like pretty much like every other year, like they called me back for Better Call Saul. Like I'll get like my character, they give me the idea
yeah.
of my character, and I come
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
And they
Doug-
tape you, and then they send you to Vince Gilligan or something.
Doug says, "Why is background auditioning for speaking roles?"
Right? I mean, he's mad because he's a SAG actor, and he's like, why are these background actors auditioning for speaking roles?
Because
They
I don't
should
know
go-
what I'm doing.
They should go.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like walking
I
into
love-
these people's
I love
doors
it.
all, hey, are you in charge of casting? And they're
Right.
like, you're cool. I'll talk to you.
Right. So this is not a world that I'm part of. Is the background casting world is not part of what I'm doing. But so what happens is the casting directors will send us a list of roles of characters. And then they will say through Breakdown, which is Actors Access, which you should have an Actors Access account. You could do that tonight.
All right. I'll
Anyway,
write this down.
so my actors are connected to me through their Actors Access, and then the casting directors will say we need a vampire bartender, and then I'll go, I got that, and so I'll submit all my guys that look like vampire bartenders, right? And then they will decide who they want to have auditions with, and then they'll send me that list, and then you will send a tape in based on the sides that they're giving you for that. The sides are the
Yes.
little part of the script, right? So you'll tape it, and then you'll send it back in through me to casting, and then casting will say, we would like to pin him, or we would like him to do a callback or something like that, or we would like to book him. So when you've been in the extras and the background world for a long time, it's very different than the SAG speaking role world. And
Oh,
so
I'm
that's
sure.
what that so you can claim your ID without paying. You can't add photos and stuff. Oh yeah. So you can't add other things unless you pay for IMDb Pro. But
Right.
But the production will send you in.
it's still there.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So
what's the Doug thing?
the Doug thing is he wants the SAG actors to have the first crack at these
Sure,
roles.
and they should.
Right, because they're union paying members, right? Dues paying union members.
Yeah.
I've had that Malort, whatever.
The Malort
But-
did not kick your ass. I'm gonna stop you right there. It's the Topo
Is
Chico.
the Topo Chico? It's only 100 calories.
Dude, you know how much booze is in a Malort? It's like
Not a lot.
It's like
30%.
I know, but I'm also a
35%.
lightweight.
all right.
Because pandemic,
Your grandkids are watching.
No, I don't know. They know that. That's fine.
They're like, grandma's
Pretty soon, Genesis is going to be my designated driver, so I'm fine with that.
She's like, grandma's a
Nice.
lightweight. So, grandma, how many shots of Jaeger did you have? You're like, do you know what Jaeger is? And I'm like, nope, don't know.
Anyway, let's not talk about grandma being drunk anymore.
I just want to know what the kids are drinking these days.
I think they're just smoking weed.
Is it still Borgs?
Really? No, they're drinking Borgs.
What are Borgs?
It's a binge-only rage gallon.
I thought it was called Blackout Rage Gallon.
Blackout rage gallon.
like
sorry.
jungle juice?
Kinda,
It is
basically.
kind of. So here's how we know. This is how we know about it. Well, first of all, it's our job. But like Topo Chico was like, hey, we have this new product and we'd like for you guys to check it out. And I guess it's based off of the Borg, the
Yeah.
Blackout Rage Gallon. That's what it's called, Blackout Rage Gallon.
Uh-huh.
Is it like
And
trash can jungle juice?
No, it's from the COVID, the pandemic. It's
okay.
like the
Nope.
kids walk around a party and they have their own gallon of like shitty booze mix.
Like a handle?
Well, yeah,
No, like a gallon, like a gallon.
Where do you
jug
get a gallon of
milk?
booze?
Fucking milk.
Oh, like a okay.
Yeah.
like
okay.
a gallon like water.
Yeah,
Okay,
a gallon of water, and then they mix it like they mix like
You
fucking.
put like a fifth. You put a fifth of vodka in. You put in whatever your favorite like
Kool-Aid,
Kool-Aid basically.
and then
is.
that's
And-
their drink for the night until they black out.
Yeah, and because no one wanted to share drinks at
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Oh, because they're scared of like
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
Okay.
So everyone had
So
their
they all
own-
have their own gallon.
So Topo Chico was like, well, we got to
No more trash cans.
So Topo Chico's like, we got to capitalize on this. So they've made their version of it, and they sent it to us. We have probably
What is it called?
nothing yet. We literally got it, and it's
I
like
don't,
it's
I don't
like
think it ever came out.
it's
We're a
like
test
the-
market
it's
for
like
Is
it.
it in a juice box like Capri Sun?
no, it's like a white can that has literally like generic writing on it. They sent it to us. There's probably one in there.
Is it
somewhere.
sweet like Kool-Aid?
It tastes like, I swear to God, it tastes like Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill wine.
So like super sweet.
which
yes.
we drank before we
Sure.
were old enough. I mean,
Sure,
when
absolutely.
we were old enough to drink. 'Cause
Well,
there's-
the drinking age was 18 in Wisconsin.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was 18.
Till wait a minute.
I got grandfathered in
Yeah.
when I was 19. They changed it to 21, but I was 19, and they were like, "Well, you were already a drinking age at 18, so we got to grandfather you."
All right.
Oh, that's amazing.
Lawrence
You can
Reel
still do
says
background in
yeah.
New Mexico as a SAG member. Yeah, sure. And
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like in
I was
LA,
like, literally told some other shit.
in LA,
LA.
background. Sorry, LA. And background stand-in work and all that kind of stuff is actually sought after and competitive, just about like SAG roles are. But you can do them as SAG actors, but I feel like once you do a few SAG roles, you don't want to be in the background holding pen anymore, and you don't want to get the granola bars. You know what I mean? But
I
some
mean,
people
you-
are like, a day on set is better than a day not on set. But like,
I'm all about that, but also I'm usually more like this. I have bills,
right? So I gotta
so,
pay. But SAG is better. Like, what
the-
is the SAG rate now for a day? It's better than it used to be.
but I'm saying like when I started off back in the day,
Yeah.
it was
Like $68 or something.
one. The difference is like either I can get a featured role on this TV series, I can be like one episode, or I can work on it for 3 months, and that's rent for 3 months.
And that's true. And I have to say that like there's this like jump, right? If you're like there's this jump from background to like speaking roles where speaking roles are only one day
Yeah,
until you get a
Yeah.
recurring role or
Maybe
you get
two.
Oh, yeah.
right
That's all
or
you
maybe
got.
two. And so yeah,
Whoa.
huh?
I lost my mic, I think.
Oh.
Oh,
So
there we go. My headphones went out.
So yeah, you can stay in that where you're doing steady work for months. You know, like when Stranger Things came here, you know, people were working for months and months and months.
Oh yeah, I worked on the night shift. I worked
The
on the
night
night shift for like
yes.
3 years.
Yeah. By the
Yeah.
way, I got Amanda Michon on the night shift. I got red light cameras on the night shift.
Yeah.
Because they needed a band, you know,
What the
playing
hell?
and stuff.
What the hell?
I know. I was like, I finally got something for Barney and Amanda. It was amazing.
Okay.
But
So like when
girl boner.
when you're talking about like people like some roles are only one day, I always so I was watching watching a trailer earlier. I was flipping through like channels, like waiting, you know, getting ready for the day, and I was like, oh, I love the movie Slapshot. Oh, there's Slapshot 3? There's a third one? I've seen the second one. It's not great. And it's like Leslie Nielsen leads an all-star cast. So then I was like, okay, I got to see the trailer of this, right? And so then like I'm watching the trailer and they're like, these young guys are like trying to they're loser hockey player, blah, 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 blah. And then they're all, and also featuring comedy legend Leslie Nielsen.
What?
And I'm like, so he flew in for a day.
Sure.
Literally,
And
like,
did a cameo or
did
whatever.
it one, like
yeah.
a day's worth of work. He's like,
Right.
yeah. $1,200 a day. Right, exactly. Doug.
Yeah, $1,200.
So
sometimes
sometimes it's like a day worth of work, and you're like a working actor, and you're like
Right.
excited. Sometimes you're like, well, I'll come in for a day and $1,200. Yeah, make $1,200 or whatever.
right,
Yeah.
Right. And like Doug is my sounding board, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because it's like the actor's plight is not an easy path.
No.
Oh yeah, no,
It's not.
Ask
And
any of my friends. They're all, "What's up with Smiley?" Oh, he's broke all the time because he's an actor.
because he's an actor. Yeah, and there is this weird jump between background and SAG roles, but I have to say you have a very interesting look and you have a very unusual look. And so that gives you a niche, that I might be like, I got a guy who looks like a vampire, I got a guy who looks like a Gen Xer, that, is still living his rock and roll days. I'm just giving you types. I'm just giving you types right now.
I know.
And
I'll get these phone calls still like to this day. Like, people are like, oh, I remember. Like, are you still? Like, I'll get like a call from like Lori Latham. Like, are you still like? Do you still have those chops on you? I'm like, yeah, I do. Oh, can you come in
we
next
need
week?
that, right? And they're showing photos to the director. And they're like, because the director's like, I need a guy with these, chops or whatever. So, but the thing is, it's like taking it to the next level is something I would love to talk to you about, but you have to know it's different. It's different than Lori Latham showing you a photo. You have to do a tape and then you have to follow all these directions and you have to do the tape yourself, and
It's called porno.
Well, no.
You have to do this.
I have to do that for the indie sets, too.
Right,
I have to send them in a tape.
right, and then
to get,
like 15 people have to like approve you. Like Vince Gilligan for his
Definitely porno.
Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and this new one, Wycaro, whatever it's called. There's 5 names for it.
Did you say White Carol?
Wycaro, Wycaro. It's the new Ray Seahorn Twilight Zone show.
Yeah.
Anyway, like Vince Gilligan will have a production meeting about the color of a tie.
Oh yeah, he's hardcore.
That is how into the details he is.
I've heard these things.
Right.
No.
Okay, well, that explains why they brought me in every year.
Right, because
We
you have
still
a
like
good
this
look.
guy.
Some of
We like
these
this guy. We
he's
like
cool.
this look.
for Breaking Bad, the colors meant things.
Right. So Howard
colors.
Hamlin's tie was always a certain color.
Yeah.
Ray Seahorn always had these colors that were indicating her, frame of mind and stuff like that. So getting on a show like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul was a huge get because the attention that he had to detail and how far down in the weeds he was about, who was going to be on that show was incredible.
Well,
And-
I always thought of it as a compliment. Like,
it
They would
is.
call me back. Like,
Well,
I never
all right.
got hired. but
Let's talk about the Breaking Bad thing. Do you know who the biggest baseball player in the world is?
I mean, all I can say is like right now.
Yes. Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani.
I'm like back in like,
No, right now.
okay.
So he's being like put up there with Babe Ruth right now.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. Like
What country is he from?
Japan.
Okay.
And like he's the biggest baseball player in the world right now. And the other day they interviewed him and they're like, "So how do you like living in LA?" And he's like, "It's great." And like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm watching Breaking Bad."
Right.
The other day,
That's pretty cool.
the biggest
Breaking
baseball
Bad-
player in the world, the
Right.
one who's made the biggest contract, like
People love
they
Breaking
just
Bad.
won the World Series,
Right.
and they're like, "What are you doing?" "I'm watching Breaking Bad."
Right. I mean, my friends Mark and Ed who own the Breaking Bad store,
Yep.
like people just walk in there and
I know Mark and Ed
pull
too.
stuff off the I mean, they travel to Albuquerque to see the hot dog place and to see the lady who owns the house that has a big
Yep.
white fence around it that
I
you
saw-
want to throw pizzas
I
on
saw
it.
she was on a podcast the other day.
She's so pissed off about everything, and I'm
well,
like,
first of all,
I know,
fuck off.
right?
You moved into the house. She didn't.
Right.
She wasn't the original owner.
No, she was
So
not.
you moved into the fucking house. Look at the Goonies lady that moved into that fucking house.
right?
I'm sorry.
She's like, cool.
I'm sorry. You know,
Right.
sooner or later, the tendering minimum compound's going to be fucking overran. We all know what's happening here. Doug says, Xanadu, question mark. Doug, do you run this show? Are you directing this fucking show
No,
right
he's
now?
like, would you please talk about Xanadu?
I'm looking at Doug right now because Doug doesn't come on this podcast.
He needs to. Could you imagine all of us in this room?
I'm looking at Doug right now. Angry at Doug right now.
No. You know how many plates he's spinning right now?
I know.
He's trying to keep so many businesses
All right.
alive.
All right. Doug,
I gotta
all right.
defend
Okay,
my
okay.
borough.
Doug is right. Fucking Doug. Let's talk about Xanadu real quick.
Oh my God.
I went. It was fantastic.
It was at Electric Playhouse. There was
God
so
almighty.
many.
No. Let me just talk. God almighty, it was fantastic. So one of the things as a young man that, like as a young person, you're like, I don't like this. And then you really get a taste of it and you're like, or you see it or you actually try it or food wise or whatever. And you're like, you know what? I really do like this. Theater is one thing that I really enjoy. And as a young person, I was like, it's easy to be like, I don't like that. And you were like, I remember, I don't know what we were talking about. And you're like, why I can't. I'm doing Xanadu, and I'll be busy with that. I think I told you, asked you to come on this.
Yeah.
And you were like, do you want comps? And I was like, yeah. But I ended up taking my boss and her partner.
They had a great time.
Oh my Lord, it was so good. I had a great time. So let me tell you, we talked about this on the podcast already, Doug.
Yeah,
We already-
it's like the third time.
Looks like the third time. So you guys did it at Electric Playhouse. Is it Playhouse?
Electric Playhouse.
Because I said Playground last time, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
It's confusing because we're Cardboard Playhouse and they're Electric Playhouse.
Yes. So it's so cool. And I mean, this had to be cool. Like you had to have, you had minimal sets.
Right.
Because the fucking place is a set.
Yeah, we had it in the Octagon.
Yeah, in the middle. And the wall, but somebody had to draw the scene.
That was Doug. He designed
Wow.
all
Are
of
you
that.
shitting me? That is amazing.
No, he designed all of it.
Doug, I'll fight you right now. He's like,
Wow.
I'm looking at you.
You know,
I will
actually-
defend him.
Oh,
To the,
I know he said he's looking at me. I was like, let's get on. I love Doug to death, by the way.
Same.
But those sets were awesome because like you're in this room and it's all projectors. The floor, the walls, and as they're doing scenes, the room changes. And like the kids on the Santa Monica Pier and like, the floor turns into the ocean, going into the beach, into the pier. So fantastic, by the way. So fantastic. Right?
That's all Doug.
And I felt for Doug because like I'm walking in and there's like this camera crew there and I'm assuming that they're there for you guys, and apparently they were there for something else,
some rave that was happening at 10 o'clock,
and it's
right.
and their equipment is fucking with all the
Right.
like frequencies of
Oh
shit.
my God,
And Doug's
so bad.
Doug's and I've been there. Doug's freaking out and I'm trying to say hello and like and I could tell he's kind of like fucking freaking out. So I kind of go hi, walk away because I don't want to stand there and be like, so how's your day going, when he's like fucking
like
stressed to the limit. And I'll tell you this, it was fantastic. That was my first Cardboard Playhouse anything.
Electric.
I went
We're
no,
so glad you came.
Cardboard Playhouse.
Cardboard Playhouse is the theater company.
And Electric Playhouse is the venue.
Yes. So it was my first one I'd gone to, and it won't be the last because it was so good. So good. Funny. Professional. Oh my God, it was so good.
So this was a very interesting show because
Yeah.
it was opened up to adults. So we
All right.
had the four leads were basically Albuquerque musical theater veterans.
Had to have been because I mean that
Yeah, Xandra, who played our lead, she was Dorothy in Albuquerque Little Theaters.
Okay.
Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Larry
also love that place too.
Yeah, Larry Aguilar is a Cher.
Who I found out was Cher that I gave a B to.
Right.
I jumped on the grenade and gave a B to.
at almost
And the crowd almost killed me.
Right. And he's like a treasure. He's like an Albuquerque treasure.
Oh.
Anyway, so we had all of these like local veterans of musical theater adults, and then we had 16 and up company members from Cardboard Playhouse. So, and there was two moms. There was a mother-son combination in that show.
Okay.
And then there was like 16 and up kids that have been in our like some of those kids I've known since they were 8 years old performing.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to see that, that level of collaboration with people that have been in other musical theater
now
productions.
I have
like
a
that.
big question. A big question about this. Why would you pick Xanadu?
Have you never seen
That's
that
not
movie?
my. That's,
Yes, I have.
That's not my.
fucking
I mean,
amazing.
dude, ELO and the music alone is. I mean, that's
I'm-
my
I'm-
world. I'm
all right.
older than you.
I'm
I love ELO.
okay. I love ELO as well.
And Olivia Newton-John.
And for Smiley to say that's a great film, I need you to go back and rewatch that.
It's a terrible film,
'Cause-
but I think that they
but-
took the terrible film and they made it a campy,
Yes.
fun musical.
And that's where
musical.
I'm going.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going. Because first of all,
Yeah.
Smiley is wrong. It is not a good film. And then I love the fact that you guys.
We frequently don't agree on the same things here.
Okay, Smiley. When was the last time you saw Xanadu?
Probably Gila's birthday party 2004.
Oh wow,
Wow. So we'll rewatch it. It's not good.
it's terrible.
Thank you.
great.
Thank
It's
you.
terrible.
music's
And-
amazing.
However,
and that's what
I mean,
the ma-
Gene Kelly was in it.
Yes,
like,
yes.
on his way out,
Yeah.
like to
It's
the
a
grave,
2-hour music video, and it's great.
right?
So-
and ELO, who
All
I
right.
love.
It's an 80s 2-hour music
Right.
video. So, like, okay. So, what was great about what you guys did, and I even was, okay. When I took my boss, like, we came back the next Monday and we were like
Right,
talking about it.
recap, right.
And that means it's good.
Right.
And the funny thing that we loved was how you guys were like making fun of how the source material was not good.
Right.
And that
Right.
was
and that's part of the musical.
part of
actually.
how great it was.
Yeah, yeah. It was super fun.
Oh, I didn't know that. But
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that part of it, like how you guys were like making fun of it. And I was like, yes, because it's silly as shit. Like, but
I mean, and it makes fun of itself because
Yeah.
it's basically saying musical theater now is you just take some
Yeah.
artist catalog and you throw it up on the
Yes.
on the stage and call it a show. You know, I mean, that's
Yeah.
exactly what they were doing. But
Yeah.
it was really fun and it was very validating for us.
You could tell.
It was validating for us to, you know, because we're always sort of the children's theater, you know, the little engine that could
You're right.
in Albuquerque, and to have all of these veteran adult performers who are in all of the other musical theater companies come and say this is something different, and this is something special,
Well-
and there's a community here, and there's a culture
Right.
at Cardboard Playhouse that's different, and it was very validating for us.
I'm about to go into that.
Okay, cool.
So when I judged on Thursday for the band contest, $1,000 best band, and this is how I feel about bands. And Doug says concert floor for skating.
Yeah, we had roller skating.
Yeah, you had roller skating, which I
You
was.
had
Which
to.
you had to at Sandu. And this is something that I'm going to say to you guys, and I feel like it goes towards you guys, even though I'm talking about bands. When I go see a band, or if someone's like, "Hey, can you judge this thing?" If I go to watch a band, and they're just there, and they're just doing the songs, just going through the motions. Awesome. All right, cool. Thank you for playing that. But when I go see a show, and the band is there, and I can tell that they are enjoying what they're doing.
Heart and soul. Yeah.
This is what they love to do.
Yeah.
Nothing beats that. And I could tell when you guys, why, I mean, at least it seemed like it, and maybe that's acting, when these people were on, when I say, I don't want to say kids, these people, because they weren't all kids,
No.
were doing this show. It seemed like the most fun I've seen in a long time. And that fucking kid that tap danced on the goddamn desk, I think about that shit randomly through the day, and I was like, damn, that kid is something else, man.
And that's
And
Dom.
Larry,
Yeah.
Larry is son of a bitch. That Larry is something else.
I have to say, like, Dom Martinez and his twin brother Joseph.
There was two of them.
There was, I mean, he wasn't in the show; he was
Oh.
backstage. But they were like the baby Simbas in Lion King,
And he had those shoes on.
the tap dancing shoes.
No.
Oh.
The Heelys.
Oh, the Heelys. Yeah, that was another kid. But I have to
What?
say, like, it was incredible
All
to watch Larry, who's like a veteran drag queen. He's done choreography.
My mind's blown
I
now, 'cause
mean,
I've now seen Larry
yeah,
in both
as Sheriff.
incarnations.
Right. I mean, he's been an Albuquerque mainstay.
Larry
for,
almost got me killed.
for years and years and years. And then Dom, who's like just turned 18, and he's like, you know, he's a flamenco dancer.
Right.
and he's been with Cardboard Playhouse since he was 8. His older brother was in it. To see them do a tap dance number together was so incredible. And then at the circle, the closing night, when everyone's holding hands before the show, Larry said, I didn't know this, but those were Larry's tap dance shoes that Dom was wearing. Larry said, I want Dom to have my tap dancing shoes. And then I started crying, and I'm like, I wasn't even supposed to be there. I was supposed to be up front, but I was
doing your job.
doing my job. But I had to tell Doug something and Kristen something. But anyway, it was like Larry connected with an 18-year-old up and coming kid, and now he wants to do a performance with Dom at the gala, at our 20th gala. We have a friend for life with Larry, who's, I don't know how old he is, but he's a mainstay, and
he was
it
fantastic.
was magic. It was
fantastic.
magic,
and also greedy. I learned that from the play.
Oh, like because he was like a development.
That's all he wants
guy.
is money.
Yeah,
apparently,
he wants his money.
I believed him.
Yeah, but anyway, there was the whole thing about Xanadu was about magic and creating art and creating magic,
Right.
and it actually happened in real life, and it's going to make me cry. And I am so proud to be a part of it, and I'm so glad that you came.
Oh, that was. I'm so glad you
came.
guys gave me tickets. I was glad I was able to share that with people I work with.
And to talk about it Monday morning at the cooler, right?
Yeah, and on the show we've talked about this on
It's magic.
The thing
It's
about
every week at this point.
Right.
the thing about theater is it's so good. It's so fun, and going to Pope Joy is one thing. Pope Joy is a whole other animal.
It's a machine.
It's a machine, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like going to see The Lion King at Pope Joy.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. But being able to roll in like back in the day to Tricklock or to
Duke City Rep or
Vortex or who else?
Adobe.
Yes. And just watching a theater production that's so stripped down, but people are doing it and just kicking ass. You can't beat it. Like, I would rather do that than go to the fucking Cinema 16 and watch the Marvel. I'd rather do that.
I have to say that Doug and Kristen, one of the things that they say.
Oh, I don't like them.
I'm
just kidding.
Is they make theater, they don't do theater.
Right, correct.
They're making theater,
Yes.
which is a very different distinction because
They're making
of
art.
the heart. Yeah.
They're making art.
Yeah.
They're not doing theater. They're making art.
Right.
Because they're doing theater. They're doing almost AAA cabaret. They're doing everything that they do at the box. They do way more than just theater.
Right.
They
So
do
you talk about plates spinning,
Yeah.
and trying to
Right.
create beauty
Yeah.
and art at the same time. I am so proud to be a part of it. I really am. It's really cool. Really cool.
Well, I mean, one of us.
And now you're part of
just
it
kidding.
too.
Of
Now
course.
you're
And-
part of the universe.
And I love it. Like I'm being Chris and I'm like being silly and I'm like, oh, fuck them. No, but I absolutely love it. And it's really funny because like Alma was like, yeah, I was just asking Doug who could do this, and Doug reached out to you, and like because it was Doug, I didn't even know what it was.
right.
I didn't know I didn't know who Alma was.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the cabaret was. Doug was like, hey, can you come and judge this thing? And I was like, well, because you're Doug,
You say yes, right?
Of course.
right? And Nate,
100%.
Nate, who is Alma,
Yeah.
he was a Cardboard Playhouse kid with
Yeah.
Doug's son Kelsey.
Yeah.
Like, there's pictures all over our warehouse
Of course.
of little Nate, being 15 years old, doing Guys and Dolls and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So to have that come, and then
Right.
he went to Chicago, and he was a drag performer in Boys Town in Chicago for years and years and years. For him to come back, his mom is thrilled, but we're thrilled to have him back in New Mexico.
And how amazing is Alma? Man,
So amazing.
Like what blows my mind is we get to see one of the performances that Alma does at the cabaret because we missed the opening one.
Right, because we're backstage.
We were backstage.
Right.
But like I'll watch Alma's like other stuff. Like I need to go to the drag stuff that Alma does at like the Electric Playhouse, because like
We
all
gotta
the-
go to a drag brunch. Let's go to a drag brunch.
I'll do it.
Let's
I'll
do it.
I'm in.
Yeah,
he
let's
won't.
do it.
He won't wake up. But
It's too early
it's too early. It's Sunday morning.
That's during the day?
Yeah.
because you're a vampire.
But yeah. Anyway.
I'm in.
But we've got to get. We're like 41 minutes over.
I love it.
You got to pay me to be awake during the day.
Right. But
I love how I always talk about agent. I come in here to talk about agent stuff, and I end up talking about Cardboard Playhouse because that is a passion. It
Well,
is a
yeah,
passion, and I
and
love
that's-
it, and I believe in it.
I just want to know when I'm gonna get discovered. I go to the Frontier all the time. I wear my scarf.
I'm just saying
You
And I
wear
that.
your
sit- and I-
scarf?
and I sit like this,
know.
waiting to be discovered.
Just waiting.
I don't think I need an agent. I think it's why. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm just waiting. I've been waiting to be discovered for years.
Think I'm doing all right.
Chris is like, nope, you're not ready. Fine,
I have high standards.
fine.
Anyway, Smiley, do you have any
Do-
questions? Just to,
I look weird and niche enough that people will hire me no matter what. Apparently,
Yeah.
is what I learned.
have you ever had headshots taken?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, some people
do they
have
look
them.
like you?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do
I
they
get them
look
updated every
do they
year.
look like you?
Oh,
I
you
don't know.
know that's actually
it's a legit question.
that's a legit question because I've seen
Yeah,
some of my friends'
yeah.
headshots. I'm like, how old is that dude?
Right.
You don't look like that at all.
No.
Are you still sending that out?
And I love how it's like, when Breaking Bad came on the scene, then every woman wanted a crack whore headshot, because they wanted to be on Breaking Bad. And I'm like, you're a lawyer, like why do you want to be a
Carol,
crack whore?
how do I make my teeth missing?
Right.
You do crack.
You
mean
know,
meth? You mean meth?
I mean, if you want to be method about it, but I don't think you do.
Yeah, no. Or you can, like act.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm method
Act.
about meth.
Method about meth.
See, here's my issue. I'm nice, and I get offered a lot of things, and I do them for free. And I need someone in the middle.
We
of
need
it.
somebody to monetize you.
Yes.
That's where I come in.
And I got screwed over recently.
Oh,
I
no.
did a 6-hour gig, and I got paid nothing.
Okay.
See,
See if you had an agent.
I know. This is what I'm saying to you.
I know, right?
Like if someone's like, "Hey, will you come do this thing?" I'll be like, "Oh, you need to talk to my representation."
Heck yeah, I'll do that 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
100% I'll do that.
I literally got burned.
Okay. Well, I do have
6-hour gig.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have an agent, but I do have an entertainment lawyer
Why?
for my contracts.
Thank you.
Okay, but an agent can also I look at contracts all day long.
Yeah.
How much are you paying your entertainment?
So can I send like when next time someone says, "Hey,
Well,
we
he's
want
also my
you-
criminal lawyer, and he's my lawyer.
Oh, well, all right. So next time someone says, "Hey, we want you to do this 6-hour gig of like hosting,"
Yeah.
can I say, "Well, you need to talk to my
Yep.
agent person"?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I got burned pretty good on this last one.
No, we're
I
not
made
gonna-
nothing. I actually paid money. See?
Yeah, we can
Telling
do
you.
that. We can
Telling
do
you.
that. We can
And
do that.
it was people I've done business with for many years, and now I will not. So,
No. Let's do it.
all right.
Let's do
I'm
it.
telling you.
With both of you.
Yeah.
We're on the same podcast.
I don't even know.
But I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't think I would book Chris on a movie or a TV show unless it was very like street casting, right?
Why?
Like, do you want to be an actor?
I would do it.
Okay.
All day long.
I
Why-
would.
do-
I would
do you
do
think-
it is different than I'm an actor.
like-
Okay, hold on.
I would do
hold
it.
on, hold
I
on.
would do it if
Hold
it was
on.
like handed to me.
Well, I mean,
If they were like, we needed somebody who's an actual podcast.
no.
Podcaster?
Hold on. There's podcaster. There's commentary for
Sure.
like
A
sports,
hosting.
sporting thing.
Sure.
A host of
Right.
something.
Right.
Really hot guy. Cool as fuck. I mean, Jesus.
I'm not going to dispute any of that. But that's that's different. And that's why
Hold
I
on.
need. Oh,
if something came your way and you're like, Chris would be perfect with this.
yes.
I'm in.
Okay.
I said no. I didn't say no to Doug. I didn't say no to you.
That's right. You two would be two different things. Though,
Sure.
For me. And that's why I need to have this depth of like, clients, you know,
Sure.
so when they're like, we need this guy, I'm like, I got that guy, and they're
Yep.
like, well, we need this other guy, and I'm like, I got that guy too. So, you know,
See?
so I have to have depth of you know, different kinds of people. So I have room for both of you.
Yeah.
Do you wanna be like, I would like to sign you. I
Okay.
would like to sign you.
Sweet. Done.
Welcome to the Mitchell Talent universe.
Yes.
I believe there's a
Finally.
online
Test. We have
thing,
to go
a
through.
test I have to go through first. Though I'm pretty sure. There's first things first.
There are also ways to bypass that, and that is
If-
to
if I
like
have to
know me
If I
personally.
have to take a day off work, I'll.
Oh, you know what?
will.
That's fine.
I will.
I will
Take a day off work for what?
to do whatever.
to do the test.
To do a job. Like if you.
Oh
I get
yeah,
booked,
if you're like, well, we're
Yeah.
gonna get you on outer range or
I'll-
whatever
I'll-
for
and,
a
I'll,
day.
and I'll tell you how this happens.
$1,200.
So recently, one of our friends, Sarah Kennedy, said, "Hey, we're doing a telethon on this day. It's a Tuesday. Would you be interested in doing it?" And I said, "Sure." She's like, "It's what do you think?" And I said, "Well, She's like, "It's during the day." I said, "Well, I'll ask off if you need me to,
Right.
and I'm going to, and I may be hosting it, I may be
Yeah.
not, but
Yeah.
I said yes."
But that's
Not
a
a-
friend.
Not our first
Uh,
foray into.
Well, aren't you my friend?
Yes, I'm your friend too. Yeah.
Aren't you my friend?
we've done telethons before.
If you're like, Chris, will you take the day off and make $1,200? Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
I'll make you $1,200. Whatever we want to make.
Right. Right.
I'll take the day off, drive out to
I
Milwaukee
got-
for
I
a
got-
failed audition.
I got shafted.
Milwaukee?
I got shafted for free beer.
That's not cool.
That's
That's
true,
not
I forgot
cool.
about that one.
So like money is a different story. So
Right.
if
Right.
I can be like, hey, sure, I'll do that. Just get in touch with my agent. And,
That's right. That's right.
And we'll get the paperwork signed. And they're like, oh, well, never mind. I'll be like, oh, so you don't
Yeah,
want to pay
because-
shit.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to talk to agents because then
Yeah, they don't. Because then money's involved. And
That's
then
right.
all of a
That's
sudden
right.
it's like a whole fucking
Oh
thing.
yeah, but they really don't like I talk to my lawyer.
no,
Oh, you should
they'll
probably
talk
talk
to
to my
your
lawyer.
agent before you talk to their lawyer.
Oh, I
right.
know. And he's super nice.
Well, now that we've gotten, that's all this show was about, was to get Smiley
get the two
signed.
of you signed,
just kidding.
right?
Just kidding. No,
I
But,
think that was.
Are you
secretly
coming? Are you
his
coming
plan.
next Sunday?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so for Nugget Night.
Well, are you
Can
gonna
I
bring?
be a nugget?
Well, you have to bring some nuggets. I'm gonna buy.
Well, you know, Chick-fil-A's not open on Sunday.
You wait a minute. Wait.
What? I go to Wendy's.
We call
I'm-
that hate chicken.
The hate
okay,
chicken. You're
so
bringing the hate chicken.
I was
I'm
about
not
to get
bringing the hate
upset. I was
chicken.
about to get
No,
upset.
it
I
was
was
just
like,
a joke. It was a joke. We can go to Slim Chickens. We can go to Raising Cane's.
I've never had. Do they have nuggets?
Yeah,
I've never had Raisin Canes at all.
it's pretty good.
So you have to bring some Raisin Canes.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I'm bringing McDonald's. So
I'm doing the spicy Wendy's.
all right. Well,
Spicy
this whole
Wendy's.
little. We only have this little table, so
I
it'll
mean,
be.
a lot of nuggies can sit on there.
And okay, Victoria, we're good. Nugget night is happening.
I love it.
It's happening next week.
Boom, boom, sweet.
Nugget night.
I'm excited. So yeah. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Oh my God. Thank you. This
Yeah.
is like, you know, something that makes me feel good about myself. Because
See-
mostly I get a lot of actors yelling at me. So
What?
this is great.
I will never yell at you.
Thank you.
I don't know about him.
I won't.
He's crazy.
Yeah, crazy in a nice way.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting because like it's really funny because like it's come down to me and him, and
Oh yeah, wow.
But I'm sort of trying to weasel my way into this.
do you want to be in on this?
Yes.
Would you like to be our
Yes.
co-host for every
Yes.
week?
Weird.
I don't know
looking-
about every week, but I want to be in it.
Okay.
It makes me so happy.
We talked about it and we like
yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Is
I
this
like you
something?
guys.
Is this something you want to
Yeah.
do? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Smiley, what do you think?
We talked about this last time she was on.
Yeah.
I think this is a
love
great
this.
idea.
We enjoy you.
I love it.
But we're doing this branding thing, so like I've been enjoying like taking these photos. So like I'm branding us. Like I'm trying like when you came on like this week I put your picture on.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to not do the guest picture. I'm trying to do me and Smiley.
Yeah.
And so
you
like
should do that.
well, and I mean if you're going to be a part of this then
Oh my God.
We got to
we'll-
do some photo shoots.
Well,
you
let's do
need some
photo-
photo shoots.
yeah.
Well, you need headshot. You need recent headshots. You need recent headshots for me.
Do I look different than I used to?
You're all skinny now.
Oh, that is true, Chris.
I
He's
know.
all scary
You-
skinny
you
now.
lost some weight.
But
my,
in a
my
good way.
headshots are for
In a
January.
good way.
Oh, who took them?
My friend David Canning.
And I'm getting jacked.
Send them to me. He's getting jacked.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm-
need to see your headshots.
Mine are fairly updated.
Do you look like a vampire?
They're about. I always look like a vampire. No,
You
no,
look like a vampire right
okay, no, no.
now.
Okay, no. Those headshots were for. I was auditioning for. I was putting in my little thing for Dark Winds,
Cool.
and so no, I look like a sheriff.
I want to know who the 5 people are that are still watching. This is like 3
They're like,
fucking
we're
hours.
done.
It's like
Well, you need to send me all that stuff, and then
Yeah.
we'll send you.
I will.
Okay,
I'll,
that
I'll,
sounds
I'll
very
find
cool.
my.
well,
old
we'll
reels
talk.
and
We'll
stuff.
talk after the show. 'Cause
Yeah.
apparently we have some discussions.
This has been so much fun,
Oh,
you guys.
it's always fun. So, thank you guys for watching this extra long edition of 10 Drink Minimum. I want to clip out some things and put them on the web because I'm trying to be better about that. So it's so much work. There's so many plates spinning, like you said. There's so many things always going on. But that's why our lives are. People are like, I want to do a podcast. What do I need to do? Well, you need to be exciting.
Yeah.
I mean that's a true story. But yeah. So thank you, Carissa Mitchell, for
Oh my
coming in.
God! Thank you.
Yeah.
This was real better for me than you. I'm sure.
Oh no, it's been super fun. I've actually had a great time. This is the first night I've drank this whole weekend too. So
Oh.
yeah, so I'm like having a good time. I'm like, yeah, I'm having a super time. Thank you, Smiley. Thank you, Topo Chico Seltzer. Thank you, Malort. Malort, not a sponsor.
Gibson.
Why is Malort not a sponsor?
They don't sell it here.
Yeah.
Dang.
They only sell it
So
in.
you had to go to Chicago to bring it back.
and we're
Yes.
fucking not. We're not Malort rich.
We'll be back.
You're
next
not Malort
year,
rich.
No, we're filthy fucking Malort rich right
Look
now.
at that.
Dude, we
It's kind of beautiful.
look at this. Look at these bottles. There's
It
still
tastes like
there's
dirty
still,
underwear.
There's still a bottle on the table. Look at this tattoo. Look at this.
You have a Malort tattoo.
I do. Look at this. Look, it matches. See, because I'm crazy. It's a
Crazy
culture. It's
Chris
a culture.
over here.
It's a culture. We
Here's
love it.
Malort bottles.
Yeah. Also, want to shout out to Stephanie Galloway from last week.
Oh,
from
hell
the,
yeah.
The painting she did for me.
That was an incredible painting.
Isn't it? It's in the house now.
That was from an Alma's AAA
Yeah.
in the throne.
right.
You have to come this
Oh.
week. You should come, Smiley.
He's never been.
I'm working.
He
you
works.
should come. Oh,
Yeah.
dang. Where do you
Yeah.
work?
Oh,
My day job or weekend job, as it were. I work at the Bird of Paradise on Gibson.
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah. He murders people over there.
No, they
Just
try to
kidding.
murder me.
Murder.
And I tell them not to, and to work like better customers.
Okay,
Just
and
be
I want to
better.
give one more shout out, and I have to read this off my phone because it was made for us, and I don't have the picture, but I'll get it. A friend of ours we met in Chicago, a guy we met at the Chronicon. His name was Roger.
Oh yeah, I remember Roger.
He
He's
has,
the one that started that rumor that I was Corey Feldman.
yes, and
I can see that actually.
Yeah, it worked really well.
You fucked up. You
He's
said it.
at guy you can't get out of your hotel room to
Yeah.
come down to the panel.
Yes. So he has an Instagram called at Black Velvet Religion 69. And he liked us so much and he likes this show so much. He makes these artistic collages and he made a 10 drink minimum collage. And
What?
if you go on his Instagram at Black Velvet Religion 69, there's a 10 drink minimum collage that he made. So, boom.
From the Chronicon.
Do we need to make T-shirts out of that?
Yes.
You know, I have a heat transfer.
We need to make T-shirts because
I know.
I suck at doing that.
Oh, I can do merch all day long.
See, this is why Carissa needs to be on the podcast. Yeah. Like and subscribe if you want Carissa Mitchell to be on the show and you're her grandkids. All right. We got to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
With,
With
that,
that, we are 10 drink minimum.